Welcome.
The false start.
Guys, we're gonna get
The
into
false fucking start.
Session. We're gonna call it X. I feel
Why?
out of place without, because it's the opposite of 0.
it's the opposite of 0. That's a hot take.
3 X's for all the people that got
It could be
fucked the last
anything.
session.
If it doesn't equal 0,
0 is nothing. It could be anything.
It's a piecewise function. That's not 0.
But yeah, the campaign, as we know it, has come to an end, and today will just be how I picture it going is like the first, up until our break, we have some resolution stuff, and then after that, we can kind of, ask questions, talk about things, talk about our favorite moments from. There's 3 different tiers which I have it broken up into, which we can talk about, and thankfully Billy in some capacity was a part of all 3 with Warden and Dora after. So fuck yeah, my TaleSpire is not working,
Warden.
so I don't think I can do ambiance. I'm trying to boot it real quick.
Claire Lahouliere.
Yeah.
Warden play. You played in what? It was like 3 weeks. 3 or 4.
Yeah, because he started with when you guys were thrown in jail at the Druid's tree.
Yeah, I'm getting Steam login failed to initialize. So, anyways, that's not gonna happen. So, let's get into the session of X, where we all talk about our X's. All right.
We just want to be the new Twitter.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Twitter is X now. So,
Everyone.
Quobin and Lionel. We're getting right in. We're just jumping right in. Quobin, as you are in the middle of the battle, Manshun, seeing everything around you, or you see Manshun fall to Surge's, I believe it was lightning bolt. Should have cleared.
Lightning, I think, right?
I did.
Vaporizing him, dropping his gear on the ground. You look over, and then the next thing you know that something is coming. Dora has summoned something of destruction as Your banish fails as you get knocked out, as your attempt to save your friends, Surge and Sving and Dora, I believe. And you failed them, bringing them back to the Underdark. As you look up in a quick little warble of time, as you vortex warp out, as now you're looking down a tunnel silhouetted by Lionel running towards you, and then just a white flash of light behind him, almost as sound disappears for a second. It's just like, as you just see Lionel's owl wings silhouetted in this bright white light. The entire cavern starts collapsing around you as you two run through the Underdark. What is going through your guys' head as you guys are escaping?
I think I'm just kind of.
Yeah, I don't know if we even say anything.
Yeah, I think we're in quiet until we're.
Like, I think we both know what just happened, and it's just like running.
Right now, it's just running until we catch a break, I guess. But even after that, I think it's gonna be a little silent for a while.
You guys run for hours, kind of back in the same similar tunnels to what you guys were coming in, heading here, but there's the rushing sound of water getting larger and larger as behind you can just feel these large streams and flows of water rushing through these Underdark tunnels. Guys, make a nature check.
Oh my god, I didn't even open anything.
10.
Let me get on the internet. I still gotta come down from drugs too.
You don't have to, man. Take it from me.
The disembodied voice of the dead Surge.
He's my new imaginary friend. It's just Surge.
Great.
You don't have to, man. Go with the flow.
Nature checks. Oh yeah. Was never gonna be
13 and 10. Yeah, you don't quite know where the rushing of water is from, but there is a severing of some connection between planes, or the catastrophic damage that was caused behind you is having ill effects around the world. So you're not quite sure what the rushing of water is flowing through, but it is immeasurable, the amount of water that's flowing as you guys are running around. There's enough room in the Underdark as all this stuff is kind of been flooding and crashing through. You guys make it back through, heading to the Sloop de Loop, where you guys sneak by and catch a raft back to Gracklestug. But on the way there, you do see that there is new leadership, not one worshipping Tharizdun, but one worshipping what is the bitch queen. And as Lionel, you can see that the crab claws you left behind is there's a new priestess in Sloop de Loop using your fake crab claws, snapping, and you, as they're all worshipping their new pincer friend. You guys have some downtime on a boat back to Gracklestug. The water level in here is rising. Almost, you can now hear and see like things of the Underdark like spilling out, and there's like cracks in the walls as things are spilling into the Dark Lake. The Dark Lake is miles and miles long and wide, but even in your few-hour boat ride, the waters get more rapid as a lot of water is being relocated to the Underdark.
How do we even get back?
Sure I can figure out a way. It's not an unfamiliar place. It will take time.
I think I want to go home. I don't know where that is.
I can take you back.
My Larry, perhaps?
My lorry sounds good, actually, if it's still there. Don't really
We
know
weren't
what's-
near there, were we? That was in the southwest. We were by the tree.
Yeah, I know. It just pretty big blast.
Can't be that bad, right?
Hope.
I guess yeah. We'll just keep denial until we get out to the surface. We'll grasp on to denying.
So
I think we're trying to just
It-
let's get back to the material plane.
yeah, what would be the route you guys take back? Because, or what
Well,
is
we
your idea to
teleported
get back?
here,
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
so we may try to get through the city and see if people there
Yeah.
might know. Or
Yeah, I think long way hitchhike type of thing. I'll use whatever knowledge I have to get out the easiest path.
although we probably have to lay low because we didn't bring those gauntlets back.
That's true.
You do know there are between Gracklestug and some of the other major metropolitan areas in the Underdark, Menzo Baranzan, or
We know how to get out of Menzo Bronzen, don't we?
you guys didn't go there, but Mantle
Not the
Dareth,
layered one. Oh, that's Mantle Dareth.
and there's a third one I can't think of.
Maybe we just go to Mantle Dareth.
But you do know there are trade routes through those mine carts, which you guys have gone across. So
Yeah.
'Cause we still have the symbols to.
Is Mental Dareth where I'm from?
I think so.
close,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that the
Yeah,
layered
I
one
was
where
still-
we got the passes?
Forget where I'm from. Yeah. This is- Hmm.
Yeah, but what is the? Are you guys trying to lay low, or would you
I
like?
think we're just trying to not make any impression and just get through travelers.
We're like, don't talk to us type of thing, but also
yeah. We'll
um,
pay and stuff, but
yeah,
Mhm.
I still have all the money.
we give off that unapproachable strangers vibe. Actively.
I guess trying to add checks in here.
Sure. I will also kind of let's see. Oh, yeah, no, I don't have it.
I mean, I could try to ask for somebody.
I think you guys can. I think what fits for you guys is an investigation check to maybe check mine routes, and then maybe if you guys hitchhike or something through them
The old
on the way out.
That
investigation duo.
25.
7. That seems right.
Lyle, you catch wind of some of the mine routes through here they're used for trade, not for necessarily mining, but they are running on tracks. The weapons export from Gracklestug. I guess word hasn't gotten out yet that the forges are cool, but they are still selling weapons to fund parts of the city. And you do hear word of they're missing eggs and how they're trying to find dragons to light the forges again. But you do find a track to Mantle Dareth, which that's the closest city to what was Mylari. You guys ended up walking there, so
You know what I think we may do? I might every day use the Rod of the Four Moons and use its charge of a spell to find the path daily.
okay.
So
Did you read Find the Path?
yeah, so if you know where you're going, so I'll pick like Mylari. If that's
Okay.
Are we
Yeah.
happy with Mylari as our destination?
Yeah. That's where I'd want to go to.
So if you're not on the plane of existence, what it does is it shows you a way to get to the plane you're going to. If it's on a different plane of existence, and then once we're on the same plane of existence, it will show us the shortest path to get there.
Beautiful. Yeah, a direct route. This is kind of retracing your steps in a certain way, but yeah, these carts and tunnels through the Underdark do take you to Mantle Dareth, which you have walked to from Mylari early on in the campaign to where you guys. This is where you guys fought the Twilight Knight.
First dinner party, right?
No, that was the other one that's slipping my mind.
Yeah.
I tried to Google search real quick, but I couldn't. Or not Google search, but search our chat, Danny.
It's in,
probably in the middle of
I think. Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yep, pull that up. But yeah, you guys take that route, heading back to Mantle Dareth. This was kind of the trading hub between the major cities in the Underdark, kind of warehouse sort of district, transference of goods, customs, and from here, you guys are easily able to find your way back up using Find the Path.
Awesome.
Walking through the tunnels that you are also familiar with, where you end up getting to that intersection.
Spider, right?
Yeah, near here. The tunnels underneath Mylari that connect the 4 districts in this kind of underground. You do pass some guards, no longer wearing Dostrian guard uniform, but they are guarding the Underdark as they try to stop you, but then quickly lower their weapons, noticing you guys. They let you pass.
Keep it up.
Some good work.
I think, are we beelining straight for
The Gators are always welcome here.
what's the fucking bar with Millie and
Maggie and Miley.
Maggie and Miley?
Yeah.
Are we just going straight to where we started?
Yeah. I mean, that's where.
That's where we would go, I think.
A flourishing bar, but you guys pick up a strange vibe of the city. There are murmurs of what some are saying is some clergy folk are saying like a great white light has come to grace the world, and others are saying it was a massive destruction far away across the land. But as you guys find a booth in Maggie and Miley's, after I'd say it probably would take you almost 2 full weeks to get out of the Underdark.
Wow.
As you guys are being served by Juniper. Coming, gives you. We had a shipment of the Lone Wolf Ale.
I think we need something stronger today.
I'll order one of those, and a tankard of milk as well, and I will have wine.
Very well. And then
Join
see the 2 fairies fluttering across. They seem to be doing well. The last time you were here, Maggie was in some artistic depression as you helped her out with the boggles in the basement. That doesn't seem to be the case, as these 2 are now working a flourishing business here.
What did
Yeah,
go wrong?
your drinks come.
Marinara, I think he said.
I think he just drank marinara.
Garlic sauce?
Back in the fucking garlic sauce.
We'll order a shot of garlic sauce as well for the table.
He said he liked marinara on the rocks.
We actually have
the weirdest Bloody Mary you've ever had.
mini
Marinara
bowls of
and
garlic.
vodka.
Oh yeah, we would totally order him a Bloody Mary. Well,
I guess we'll just put their drinks at the empty spots of the table.
to them, I suppose.
To them. I even
But
tell you
to
that
them.
They know who they are.
Those who are there, they know.
What are you
I
gonna
can tell
do?
you, I don't like the clergy.
Oh,
I know that I am one technically, but
yeah, I was gonna say.
I found that they sucked. All talk, not doing anything. We're
What do
here
you
to help,
suppose?
and then they stay in their churches and don't help.
True. What do you suppose you'll do then? Will you leave the church but still follow?
I mean, I don't feel as if I've ever had super strong ties with the organization. Obviously, I have strong ties with Sehanine, but I don't feel as if necessarily the church itself is always so aligned with Sehanine. So I may just do some errantry for a bit,
Errantry?
travel the roads and help those who need it.
Well,
If I can.
I admire
Locally, I
that.
imagine. I don't know.
If you were ever kind of contemplating to join an organization, we'll definitely have a spot open for you.
Hey, am I not a member?
You can be, I just never asked.
I assumed I was.
Oh, well, of course you are.
I really assumed that I already was kind of just in.
I mean, sure. I mean, you never.
And I won't. I don't think I
Okay.
do well.
That's fine. I'll give you a part and
What do I have to do?
to audition.
No, to be. What is it you do exactly with your
Well,
group? I've always tried to give you the privacy.
no, I understand. Well, you see, the people in my organization are very talented people, and they basically disguise themselves inside organizations and steal information. It's definitely an espionage system for the good, to be more frank.
I'm in.
Wonderful. I'll let them know.
Are you not in charge?
I am.
Who are you letting know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a memo situation.
Yes.
I do think I need to investigate the church, but I don't know.
Well, I'm sure we
I'm
have some
feeling a bit
information.
as if I've not done anything right.
What do you mean?
Well, everything we thought was happening wasn't, and everything that we thought wasn't happening was. And then we tried to save the world, and what did we do? Killed Manchun and our friends? Whatever this white light everyone's talking about? That had to be us, right? That's not a coincidence.
I don't think so, but
So I just tried to save them and I failed. It just feels as if I'm failing.
we've also done a lot of good, Quobin. This loss is major. I'm not gonna, sugarcoat it, but
I just always thought I would save something, and I feel as if I've destroyed it.
so much time to find that.
Isn't it a little sour if, in order to save the world, I ended it first? Doesn't that feel a bit...
Why are you taking responsibilities of what others have done?
I mean, we played a pretty heavy hand in the media thing.
I didn't. I didn't own the scroll.
Don't put this on me.
From the astral plane.
I don't think he's on the elemental plane of chaos. I don't think he's in nice of a place as the astral.
He's just floating around. Oh, yeah, he's in the elemental
It's
plane
just
of
like the
chaos.
astral plane, but turbulence.
But turbulence, yeah.
We'll get to that.
I'm not taking responsibility, but I feel as if we took on the task of trying to save the world and fighting Manchun, and I mean, we fought Manchun and killed him. We just took a lot out.
We did.
Did you see Schwing try to resist the banishment? The fuck was that about?
You know, Sving. He doesn't quite know what he's doing half the
That
time.
annoyed me in the moment. I was like, really? Resisting? I'm trying to save you, and he's resisting my
He
spell.
had no idea your intentions.
It felt contrarian.
Well, it's Sving.
That's true.
Surge was definitely wanting
I
to get
swear
out.
to God, if in the middle of a fight I have to heal him again because he's too stupid.
I'm dead. You can't talk about me like that.
I didn't know we were doing PvP tonight.
Do you
He
think
did do a lot of work, though.
they could have made it?
Who knows at this point? We did.
Did we see Dorad jump into the puddle?
He was a chicken when he did it, but yeah.
He was
Dorad
a
may
chicken.
be alive somewhere.
Could be. Can you track him, actually? Can you?
I'm gonna try to sending Dorad. Just get screams on the back. Is it a D100 on sending to different planes?
I'm pulling it up.
I think it's like a
5%.
5% chance it doesn't arrive. Roll above a 5. 54, 50. That counts.
Okay.
doggy.
Think about what you're gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
and then because we'll get to him, and I'll let you know when the message comes through. It'll
Okay.
because there's gonna be some timey-wimey thing.
We'll leave that to the end of our bit then, whatever we want to swap. Are you?
We'll just
You
put
know
that
where?
in. Yeah.
Do you want to stay? Do you plan on traveling as much as we were?
Well, probably not for a while. I mean, I feel like I still have a lot of work to do, unfortunately. There's a lot of people still under some oppressive organizations, and feel like I need to tear them down. And still a lot of kids wanting to learn how to act and do costuming and, arts. And
Wow, that was a really heavy pivot there.
But it's true, I do both those things.
Yeah, no, I get it. First one sounds pretty fun, I'll be honest.
Well, that's why you're joining, right? Well, unless you want to act and help the kids, and
No, I can't say that I
I
would
could
be
put
good
you
at
in a
that.
show.
I
You can
I don't
direct even
know.
if you'd like. You can learn how to direct. You can dance, Captain.
is this going to awaken something in me?
We have a lot of roles that people partake in.
I think I would do great at smashing organizations of evil.
Well, then you're in the right place.
Well,
I'm gonna chug my drink.
how much money do we have?
Well, half of the money I have in my bag
Are we
here.
poor?
Oh no, quite the opposite.
Lionel, give it to me straight. Are we poor?
Well, what do you consider poor, Quopen?
Are we going to be able to buy a mansion in Mylari?
Probably, well, probably not a mansion, but we can
Where would
definitely
we
buy a
live?
property.
Where would we
Worse
live
than-
if not a mansion in Mylari?
I don't know how much mansions go for in my life.
Pulling it up, pulling it up, pulling it up.
What about that place we burned down with that Adler guy? That place, like a little reno, a flip
Oh
job.
no, I renovated that place already.
What?
Oh yeah, that's where my HQ is.
Oh, so they already.
You can live there if you want.
Well,
People already do.
Is there a staff?
I mean,
A few. Yeah.
I should probably get my own staff. Oh, God.
yeah, I quit a long
What do
time
people?
ago.
What do
I don't
people
know.
do to make money? I should just gamble again. That worked.
It did work.
I'm really good at gambling.
Yeah, I don't know how you.
I could go back and just kill my father and take over his business.
I think that's
Good.
the best
I
plan.
wonder how his organization is doing after what Sphinx did.
I hope it's terrible.
Fuck those owls.
In shambles, I hope.
Well, not the owls. Fuck him.
What do you
Free
think
the
that
house.
dragon? Where do you think that dragon went? That was the whole thing.
The brain dragon? Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, the fuck was that?
I'm putting the game on pause for a little bit. I think I need a break.
Like, that was out of nowhere, right? Like, Manchun's doing his thing, and then there was just also a second brain dragon not involved with him?
It's not.
How's the war on the front? Can we ask somebody for news on the war with the
Are
Brandon?
newspapers about?
Yeah.
What's
So
the
yeah,
mailer saying?
I'll go over some of the stuff that happens the next few months and years. You guys learn the war, Mostad and most of Daustria. There was a chaining of dragons from the Branded that kind of came through as if you're looking up timings on was probably when you guys were down in the Underdark. Dragons came in and wiped out most of Mostad, but after what now people are referring to as the Severing, an instant connection, an instant severing of the connection of all the Branded happened at the same time, leaving the dragons that they controlled unwieldy, and the dragons themselves seemed to instantly kind of return back to their draconic minds themselves with all of their memories. So a lot of resentments from the chromatic dragons that have been taken from the west coast or the west side of the continent. Start to hear murmurs of the dragons, the chromatics starting to team up and kind of put aside their differences and there are some attacks over the next few years of dragons trying to get back their identity. As for the Branded, after the Severing, well, they still have the brands on their bodies. Most of them have no recollection of the events that transpired. Some do. About 20% of them remember everything, and a subset of those start to form cults, trying to get back their like telepathic connection. It's something they have missed. The others kind of wander aimlessly, being taken as refugees across the world. The orcs on the west of Thalass have broken their treaty with the land of Daustria. They were not aided, and the ones that are surviving are kind of isolated and kind of keep to themselves, as opposed to roaming the hills and as a nomadic hunting clan. They're kind of building up a fortress and isolating themselves. The network still running rampant, more so than ever as you start to see their influences now that you guys kind of can pick up on their clues a little bit better. Those orbs of communication, you start to see around in places of note, Lionel, and Quoben, large churches or, successful businesses, these sort of things. The desert is no longer a desert, as grass is starting to grow and it's returning to what it once was before. Knowing the history books, it's called Vita Land before the end of the First War. You guys are hearing tales that things from the Underdark with the Underdark being flooded. You guys learned that you guys were underneath the ocean up in the northwest where this event happened. As the comet kind of scorched through the land, going through the material plane all the way through the Underdark into God knows where, spilling the ocean into the Underdark. Parts of it so the ocean lines have kind of receded a bit, but some of the creatures from the Underdark looking for safety have moved upwards into the mountains and making some of the land a little more dangerous.
A beholder of the prairie.
So I have just absolutely fucked the ecosystem, is what you're telling me.
Yep.
I was imagining when I summon the spell, I imagine it being like teleporting a meteor from wherever, like just dropping down Final Fantasy style.
Plane.
Yeah, the plane of meteors.
It did that, except it is force damage, so it kind of disintegrated everything in its path, as opposed to like bludgeoning damage of like which went.
But not me and Sving, right?
And the owl business, Quoben, as you heard, what they're no longer. You guys kind of knew that there was some experimentation of dreams and the connection with the branded.
No branded. His market's dried up.
The market has dried up, and
fuck yeah, this is the best end of the world.
The business,
ever.
He was hunting for owls and trying to get them back, but to re-up his rookery. But
I think Quoben's dream is for his dad to ask him for money, so he can say no.
The dwarves in the Underdark of Gracklestug and kind of start to leave and head towards and make an alliance with the mountain dwarves and use the fires of Conflagraland to keep up their forges, keep those forges hot. Everything to the east and east of the Tomorrow Tree is prospering. The land of Poston in the great red fields of where all the artificers kind of come from they're thriving.
Oh my god, did the ever erupting volcano stop erupting?
No, that's still happening. But
legend. That volcano is like, oh, sorry. Everything to stop? Not me.
But a fair bit of quiet as the ever-looming presence of the branded is no longer steamrolling across the world. As the people that were branded and now, well, still are, but they're finding their way back into normal society. Torah. Last thing you remember when your chicken brain, or I guess not your chicken brain, but your normal brain, but chicken legs.
My turtle brain inside of a chicken body.
Yes.
Chicken.
You know the inevitability as you look across the room and you see a couple of Manchun simulacrums, but Manchun has been defeated. And you know what's coming. Not being able to make it out with your fly speed, you take to the portal. As you start to, almost like you've been catapulted through a cannon of light, as you can feel like a scorch earth on your face, but not like a scorch of fire. Kind of flickers of lightning is kind of coming across your body as you are plummeting from the sky. And as you look up, you see a swirling torrent of looks like a maelstrom as what you've just exited out of. Below you, you see a very harsh environment. This ever-changing landscape where there's bubbling seas of acid, rivers made out of lightning, and these massive ice mountains. And floating what we'll call earthbergs. You ever played WoW like Nagrand?
Yeah.
Roll a D10 as you're looking down and seeing the elemental plane of chaos. There are many different environments in which you could land as you're being hurtled through the sky. I will say one is the worst option, and the rest are
bad.
Some are better than others.
You said a D100?
D10.
D10.
D110.
3.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was close.
As you plummet to the elemental plane of chaos, is all these kind of primordial evils, and the primordials they battle against the gods themselves. They kind of are what keep the gods in balance of the material plane. But as you're plummeting, you start to see all these elementals from all these different homes of the primordials kind of flying up, almost holding on to something. Thousands of them, all these different colored elementals. As they get closer and closer, they just fly by you as you look back as you're plummeting to the elemental plane of chaos. You see the maelstrom turn black as it's each kind of, you know, hurricanes have like arms kind of when they after like the major part, the arms of it start to turn black as pieces of the obelisk fall through. So you know that the deepest, what is it, Phantom Black that you've ever seen, absorbing all light here. The elemental plane of chaos is very colorful. It's almost like has hints of whites, that, you know, the presence of every color, and all at once, you know, all these planes converging. The deep blackness forms in the sky ahead of you as these elementals fly up and then start to attach these chains of elements to just pieces of the blackness. As thousands of elementals drag, as you look back, you just hear a deep voice that kind of echoes across the whole plane of existence. More ethereal than a voice, but is kind of an emotion of a feeling of abyssal terror. Make a religion check.
I am great at religion checks. 17.
As this is the presence of Thalass, released from the obelisk, but the elementals here, or the primordials, excuse me, begin to trap him and pull him to the one layer that was made for him of the elemental plane of chaos, the one on your D10 called the Abyss, where no light can escape, and it is a deep, multi-layered plane at the bottom of the elemental plane of chaos, where Thalass is trapped away.
But at least you didn't get number 1.
You, however, in all this kind of chaos, get flung to the ice mountains of Thimblewinter, where do you speak Giant?
I speak Aquan, Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Sylvan.
Weird way to say no.
The man asked you a question.
Just in case he has other languages he wants me to say.
Can you ask him in Giant if he knows other languages?
Oh, yeah, they only know Giant. Hold on, let me pull up the. Chrome has been slow lately.
You hear that, Google?
Step it up.
Mm-hmm.
Fix your shit, Google.
Yeah.
But the vibe here is very much like Nordic Jotunheim, like ice mountains and frost giants, where, you know, not knowing the language and falling from the sky and being, you know, not from this world, you'd probably be taken and put into some sort of jail in, what is the great city
Of.
Really? Utgard. There it is. And in this city, I guess they obviously see your strength, and being a mortal down here in a land of giants, there's almost an interest to you. As frost giants, they aren't dumb. And living in the cold environment, it would be kind of tricky for you, as, you know, your reptilian flesh. But as a prisoner of the frost giants, I guess how would you navigate this situation?
I would probably be, I think Dolar would be very patient. So, I mean, obviously he has had the carnal pleasures of the world really since leaving his master and taking the scroll. Like, I've got to experience so much stuff, you know, the Underdark and really shady backwater alleys where people race each other down ropes in hopes of not dying. So I think this would be a great time for him to kind of like be more meditative, be reflective. I don't know if I'm necessarily intelligent enough to break a language barrier by any means, but I would try and communicate through the best means that I know. So if their people are very like, you know, more erring on the barbaric side of, you know, we like to drink and eat and wrestle and, you know, just show strength towards each other, then I would, you know, be willing to try and participate in that to the extent that they allow. Otherwise, I would be trying to, you know, win them over with culinary skill, something like I want to show that I have value and then in hopes win my freedom over that way. I don't think that I would be one to try and fight it out and escape. It's not really ever been my forte.
They would definitely put you to work. You know, not necessarily needing any feats of strength, even though that's probably where you're best at. As they're frost giants, and basically everything here is built big. Your gloves that you know, I think they have the enlarged.
They do have enlarge, and they also set my strength to 26. So I'm at 26 strength.
So there's definitely. Let me pull up a stat block. There's definitely a respect from these frost giants. Not only can you get to their size, essentially. Actually, they're huge, so not quite. But they have strength of 23. So making, you know, let's just say over time, they put you in the kitchen as like a duty, and you start, you know, you cook your pizzas, you get your garlic sauce going. The reagents for all of the pizzas down here is going to be a little mysterious and exotic, even by your standards, but they're keen to it. And over a night of almost Viking Nordic drinking, let's roll an arm wrestling check for some sort of respect.
Is this going to be athletics?
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't play into effect at all, but when I use the enlarge, I get resistance to all damage. So fire, cold, lightning, acid. I don't know if that would help me at all.
Yeah, it would. I mean, help you withstand the cold.
Okay. So do I get any sort of advantage or bonus to my roll because of that?
No, this is not for the arm wrestling.
I would like to use my inspiration.
I think enlarge gives you advantage on strength-based checks.
It does.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I knew I
So,
got
yeah.
it from somewhere, but
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't.
Roll with
Yeah, this one
advantage.
only says within my shell. So roll this with advantage. Oh,
Should have done that.
all right. So 29.
29. Very
Casual.
good. The roll to beat 18. It was plus a 6, so 24. But you clear with the 29. You're kind of regarded as not like no longer a slave or a pet of the frost giants, but almost like an interesting party trick to some of them. Like, oh, look at the turtle do it, and then you're able to lift things that the giants can lift, and there's respect in that for them, and you're given eventually these big, like wet Yeti furs and to withstand the cold and kind of live out here amongst the giants.
I think also to kind of help with that, I would like tell the story of the orcs because I basically indoctrinated myself into the orc tribe doing the same thing, like when in Rome kind of philosophy.
Yeah. And they're rulers by might, so your brute strength and muscles. You can hunt, you're quick. You're an asset to the frost giants out here in the elemental plane of ice of Thimblewinter. Living in Utgard Keep. Would you ever try to make it back to the material plane?
I think eventually, yeah. Because I mean, obviously, so metagaming, when I get enough levels, I speak all languages. I think at level 13, I get Son of the, or Tongue of the Sun, or something like that.
I think you just leveled up, my dude. If we're not level 13 after Code Manchun, we're not going to be level 13.
Yeah, you guys would have leveled.
So I would be able to speak giant then. So I would tell them the story of like how I got there and what happened and all of that. And then I would explain to them, obviously if my tribe, which describing Quoben, Lionel, Schwing, and Surge, like if they're still alive, I have to find and reunite with them, and so eventually I would, but I wouldn't, obviously I'm not going to press it. I mean, if it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years for them to be like, yeah, that's fine, go, then I would.
Make a persuasion check.
Are they dwarves?
Are these giants dwarves?
Are these giants dwarves?
This one I guess I'll ask. Do I have the inspiration still? Or is that passed?
I'll allow it. Fuck it.
Okay. I will use my persuasion and do advantage on it. 11.
Takes you a while to convince them. Years. But eventually. Having to speak to the Jarl himself and get permission. They do guide you out and basically have passage up into very kind of similar to where you were in the Arctic up in the northeast. The top of a very tall iceberg, a shifting of plains as a door from Thimblewinter can make its way up there.
Although
a few days into your cell of the frost giants, probably before you leveled up, or maybe just around, the sending comes through as you hear a familiar voice from Quoben.
Dora, are you still alive? We saw you go into that portal, but seemed pretty sketchy. Serge and Sping are dead. Pretty sure. Lionel's fine. Me too.
So am I near the tower? Is that where?
No, the sending would have came through when you were still a prisoner.
Oh, gotcha.
And I just learned at level 13, I learned plane shift. I can do that. So as long as like we can figure out this situation, I think we could come get them.
I guess that's something. Yeah, we could roll. So like, I get your message, and I'll explain to you in 25 words.
And then we have to go find a forked metal rod attuned to the elemental plane of frost. And then we'll get one for material plane, and then we're sorted.
Easy.
Easy.
That's our next campaign. Yeah, I would.
So
I would
mean,
let
like,
him know.
it may take a while of us like staying in touch, like sending, but like it's at least an attainable goal for like me and Lionel to like we can try to find some rod somewhere. It's got to exist. And he runs
So we'll
an
say not
information
years,
network.
but say that reduces it down to months. But you guys are able to reconnect.
At some
on the
point, me
material
and Lionel
plane.
fucking poof into the here and say, "We're gonna get you."
I'm rescuing. Do not resist.
Basically.
Quoven to swing.
Fucking just immediately yowling. I'm helping you, cat. I think that we would at least in the Mylari temple too, I would make sure that they made like a statue to Surge and Schving
Aw.
for their contribution to the church. And like for their contribution to like everything.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And I think also, Lionel, I have one thing that I want to do with this your group. Can I add a side mission?
It depends on the mission.
Let's take down Surge's archenemy from the radio.
He is a very corrupt artist.
Let's
I was
fucking take
just
him
thinking,
down.
I'm like, if you guys are having a service
can
and
we
a
run the
funeral,
smear campaigns and then just like all the like bad artist press we can get this guy?
Here, let me introduce you to everybody. Everybody gather around. I'll take him to the HQ. It's a pretty formidable organization at this point, right? Like, it's still young, but it's like it's got some peeps. We're on a mission. This one's gonna take priority over the other ones. I know they're important, but this one will be fun. And I will gather everyone
we gotta
around.
end a career.
We're ending a career.
Petty to the end, the Gators. Fucking petty to the end.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh yeah.
I want to do
Love
something
that.
for Surge and Sving too. I think, like, just through time, I'm gonna go back to Surge's school. After figuring out more magic and tinkering and stuff like that, I'm actually, if possible, I would like to figure out a way to grab memories and put them into like recordings.
You make
Mhm.
music videos?
Yeah.
You're making music videos?
I want to
who needs a radio when we got music videos? Yeah.
exactly. I want to make his songs permanent, like for people to
Mhm.
listen to and people to copy, and I will also write a book with
I
it.
will offer up
I
Fidget
want to write a
Fishers.
book with it, kind of for the school to kind of teach this new genre of music. And I'm also going to include the memories of when he was trying to write and how he bounced ideas off of me and like seeing how I thought what I thought of it. And I'm going to work with his teacher on creating that book. And then I'm going to make,
Kobold.
yeah, the kobold.
The
And
new
then-
kobold.
And I'm going to make a chrome-sized statue of Surge as like a fountain top
Mm-hmm.
and put it in the school
Is she
like quad
thick?
somewhere.
Yeah, how
Is she
anatomically
thick?
accurate is the statue going to be?
I took
He's
notes.
blowing water out of his mouth and he's just like popping his ass out.
You have to or import in more marble for the butt specifically.
And
Yeah.
every
I-
he's gonna be in like a power stance where he's got like he's holding his guitar with his left hand and his like arm is every hour is gonna swing down and strum like a
That's
badass
cool.
power chord.
I want to offer up my very vivid memory of Surge hitting the 30 performance check in the fucking fairy dragon cave for his like
Oh,
Yellow
that was it.
Submarine album
Mhm.
moment of just like everyone else not being able to see in Coven and like kaleidoscope vision of just like insanity and chaos as Surge is just jamming. That would be
Oh,
a
yeah.
sick music video.
And then I am also
Oh,
gonna
while
take
we're
a-
in my hometown at Surge's school, I want to go make sure my dad knows that it was me that ended his business. You know, the branded, I was the one who stopped all that. Okay, see ya. Sorry, carry on.
I'm gonna take the glamper for a ride.
Oh my god, the
And,
glamper.
Through the journey, I'm gonna pick up different variety of wildflowers and like fallen bark off of different variety of trees, and even like I don't know, like owl pellet bones and shit like that. And I'm gonna make a big necklace out of it, and I'm gonna try and find Ecolai, and I'm gonna give it to Ecolai, and kind of I don't know if. Oh yeah, I think I could pick up Speak with Animals as a spell. Eventually.
I
And
want to make
will-
sure that his
Pretty
like,
sure
tribe
he
has
was
got food
left
stuff
with the
too.
dragon, so you would know where he was.
Right.
Blue
oh, okay.
drag.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find him.
sapphire
the
one,
dragon. Yeah.
I thought I
Yeah.
took him
Is that
back
right?
to I took him back to the tribe.
Or that was
on-
oh, that's right.
We've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
a lot
We
of
picked-
places.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He
Come up from there. Yeah.
Yep. And then he went to you guys know Manchaca, where they're rebuilding the Wildeco tribe over there. That's where he dropped them off.
Yeah,
I think over time, Quoven would make visits to just check in, make sure. they're
Over
doing
there,
good, not kidnapped again as a people.
no, that they are building a. So the elves in the rainforest, there's already a thriving city of Nindali that kind of goes through the trees. This tribe is building on the forest floor, and they're rebuilding. And their villages kind of look similar to like the Ewoks, where they climb up from the forest floor and kind of sit above the foliage in a way where they can run across and hunt, but great hunters, and you do find Ecolai there.
I'll give him this big old necklace of all the things Thing liked.
But they are
Albums.
rebuilding
Yes.
the Wildeco tribe.
I
I
Do you
thought we were going to
fucking
give him
know
some
me?
shit-covered goblin pajamas.
Oh.
His favorite clue to find.
Walking through like a Kohl's. Oh, look, a clue! And it's just pajamas.
But the last time you guys were in this rainforest, the forest floor was kind of dark and almost had a haunted kind of vibe. It seems to be lighter, as something has left it. But let's take this time to shift over Sphing and Surge. Those last moments, as time seems to kind of slow down, as you guys are unbanished to your inevitable fate. Any last thoughts?
Uh,
God damn it.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
Well, time seems to kind of slow down. That pulse of white light just flashes through. Thing, you grabbed something before.
Both the cloak and the staff.
Yep. And as this destruction happens, the staff has a feature when it gets destroyed.
Send it.
Roll a d100.
Yay! I'm gonna die again. I need to open the internet. Hello, internet.
he's so good at these D100s. I can't wait to see what he rolls.
That's not it. There it is. $95.
That's gotta be
It's gotta be something.
95 sapphire.
It's either something
Good.
or it's nothing.
That's
It's something. Okay.
Elemental
you are
grid of
turned into a
chaos.
chicken before you die.
Here's Tharizdun's little bitch boy.
My soul is absorbed by the staff. I've made a cursed
Ooh.
item.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick. That'd be
Mhm.
the most annoying item ever. Feed me milk. I need milk.
Oh no, Vata. I don't do Vata.
You should
That's
totally
illegal
try to
drugs.
surf this boulder as it falls down the cliff.
Yeah, you should probably surf that.
I do love that
that
we gaslit Surge into there not being drugs. Then we took drugs immediately before, and then he's like, "There's more." And we're like, "Sorry, they're out." And he's like, "Okay."
It's all right. I didn't need it.
Roll another d100. That one
Oh,
has a
shit.
sub. That one has a sub.
Oh, I got advantage on my D100s, guys.
Yeah, roll
69. Oh, close.
That was
65?
close.
What's your D100 mod?
+4.
Oh, 69.
I give myself guidance only on 100s.
Best spell.
I believe the spell is called cigarettes.
I cast
bad joke.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
You managed to break the
All right.
game.
The
Mm-hmm.
as you kind of cower, as you know something is coming, you're not quite sure. The flash of white light hits, and in a brief microsecond, the staff shatters before you do. You only take 56 damage, as the staff had 7 charges left.
Are you alive?
Yeah.
And you are transported instantly to a random plane of existence
Let's go.
Damn. Look at you go.
Oh,
where you happen to
shit.
show up in a place called Niflheim, which is
Love
the
Niflheim.
second layer. It's called the second layer of gloom in Hades, which is a layer of hell.
That's not good.
You're in the physical manifestation of depression.
You'll only wish you were dead.
Essentially.
I only wish I was dead.
But I really do wish it. Everyone around here is so downers.
This is
Everyone really
depression on meth.
It's
meth
kind of-
depression.
It kind of gives you the vibe. So it's mostly forest land with bluffs jutting out here.
Okay, I can do this.
picture the upside down of the tomorrow tree. Is there is a large tree in here that is like dead, and like there is a large dragon that is endlessly and furiously chewing on the tree, and there's a couple towns here.
You don't
if you
want
want a
to go
survival
to them.
check, one is called the Death of Innocence. You can go to that town. There's also the Palace of Loss and the Shadow Keep.
I rolled an 8 for survival. So the town of
To the
death and
town of
loss.
innocence.
Yeah.
This will be a good full circle.
He dies anyway.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
Hey, remember that death that was going to be fast and doing something because you chose to? Scratch that. You're going to go to Depression Land and get raped to death.
So I have 12 hit points left.
12. So there's another function to the Staff of Power when it gets destroyed. I'll read it out here. So you travel to another random plane of existence, avoiding the
Do I still have
explode, blah, blah.
explode?
If you fail to avoid the effect, you know, take the damage, which we did on blah, blah, blah. People 10 feet or closer take X amount of damage and are transported. People 11 to 20 feet away are transferred and take lesser damage. And people 21 to 30 feet away, which there are 2 more characters in that range,
Instantly.
who also get transported.
The
As you look around seeing this dead
Everybody's
world
alive
tree,
somewhere? No way.
you
Let's
look back.
go.
Surge, you take 48 force damage as you were 25 feet away.
What'd you?
And
48?
also, yep, Manchun's Simulacrum is also there.
I knew he wasn't gonna kill us. Kirby's too nice.
I
No,
read
he's just
the-
gonna make the simulacrum kill us.
Maybe, probably. We can kick.
Wait
its
till you
ass.
get some of those magic missiles he's got. This
So-
guy missiles.
So, Sphing, you got any more of those drugs this time for real, or?
God damn it. No.
Maybe the simulacrum's
there's
gonna
the guy.
chill.
as a
Yeah.
that's what you guys see before you and around you. As you start to feel eyes around watching you. You can't tell if it's your paranoia or if it's
I can't believe this.
something looming.
I am such so.
This is gonna be like when we were talking about fucking Snake and tripping in that Underdark pub.
Does the simulacrum immediately seems like it's still hostile?
No, you're catching. You haven't seen Manchun or any of his simulacrums scared or worried, but knowing as he does not, the simulacrum does not lack or does not have the ability to plane shift. This one is going to kind of look at you guys and look around, and then I was trying to find my voice changer for it because my string thing broke. But
He's like, fucking, you guys want to call it?
All right, we'll call it a tie.
Fucking good? Okay.
Uncle, we may have to work together to get out of this wretched
Are we
place.
fucking good? That
How
was drama you guys just
Long can you last without your,
Daddy.
source? Maybe? What we call it?
I'm a simulacrum. I am fully living.
Oh, okay. How hurt does he
So-
look? Pretty fucked
Not
up?
much, like about as fucked up as you guys
Okay.
all look around.
All right.
We may have to work together.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening, but
I think it's best we just, well,
Kill each other. What are you about to pitch?
yeah, I think you have to go.
do you
Never come back.
Go where? As
what?
you
hang
now
on.
look around and see you guys are surrounded by a group holding blades and wearing dark purple masks.
think this Manchun guy is underestimating how this is. He thinks this is their first rodeo.
Does that sound familiar to us? Like, from
Yes,
the
make a
first
religion check.
campaign?
Religion. This won't go well for either of us.
No, the purple people that were around
You
us
don't know
were the underground juice drinkers.
Well, I rolled a natural 1, so.
11. What I'm thinking is, well,
Hey, friends!
no, they drink purple liquid. I'm thinking of those worm people.
That's what I just told you. But
Yeah.
you never listen.
Hasn't gotten me killed yet.
He's so confident. I'm still living.
You're about
What?
to get your fucking privilege.
I may be one strung out druggie who just got through an apocalypse, but I'm still alive, baby.
You can't kill me. I'm immortal. This is, all right.
What was the religion check? A 1 and an 11, I see.
Mm-hmm.
I nailed it.
Yeah, you guys have no idea. But you guys are taken to a place called the Shadow Keep. It's a very large, kind of ominous castle surrounded by a permanent fog and shadow, making it hard to see and kind of confusing until you guys are led right into it. And
Can we break here?
yeah, we'll break in a second. As you guys become prisoners of the mask, the dark elven deity, the Lord of Shadows himself.
Did you say Shadowkeep, right? Was the name of it?
Yeah.
And the name of the group was what? I was typing. I missed that. Sorry. You can tell me when we break. Sorry.
These guys resemble the Night Mask you guys met early on. Except the visions of the Night Mask and your memory of them, it was like a thief organization. This is the group of shadow lords that they were trying, like almost a Halloween representation, be these people.
Mm.
So these guys are the baddest thieves and assassins in all of existence.
And we're
We'll
just
fit right
prisoners.
in.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
As you guys are in a permanent state of gloom and depression down here in the second layer of Hades itself.
That'll be great for my music career. It's gonna get real edgy from here.
Super
Yeah.
emo.
Careful, no edge, all edge and no point.
All right.
That is the tale of the Gators and the end of our campaign 2.
Hell yeah.
So
Everyone's fine.
We're
Oh,
good.
this is
we just
I guess it's really gonna depend on if I get drunk and try to message my dead friends to they fucking answer
You up?
And then I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah,
we
you
gotta
up.
get a fork.
Yeah,
We
you
gotta
up?
get a fork for the elemental plane of ice and then an elemental plane of depression.
That's wild.
And then the band's back together.
And then the band's back together.
We get our fucking comeback tour.
This is awesome.
I made note of it when you picked up the staff last week, and I was like, oh, we'll wait a week to thinking he's dead. And then when I was doing the distance, I was like, wait, who else is in range of this?
I also want to mention that I gave Quoben a robe with my magic in it. It is the
What did you do to my robe? You come in this robe?
yeah a robe that was infused with Mind Sharpener. It says whenever the creature fails a con save, con saving throw to maintain concentration on a spell, it can use its reaction to succeed instead, expending a charge.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
How many charges does it have?
He could have had his moment, but
Does it attune?
Oh.
no,
Well,
it's okay.
Did you have that?
You
Did you
never
have it
missed-
before?
He had it, yeah.
dude, I got so many
Oh.
magic
I made
items.
a revolver and I gave him that as well.
There it is, bro.
So it was a misplay. No.
Everyone's alive.
Yeah.
Everyone's alive.
I saved them.
In some capacity. All right, we'll take our 5 here, and then we'll get back with our hangout where we can chit chat about the different tiers.
Yeah.
Take their
So,
shirts.
yeah.
2, 1.
Welcome back. So, yeah, welcome back. Now we get to talk about the campaign.
I'm not dead. I found one sapphire.
Yeah,
Good night, everybody.
Fine.
So, we can talk about this, like, I'll break it up into 3 different parts, kind of the tiers. Like, there's, like, the 1 through 4 levels where you guys were my Laurie doing shenanigans with the Night Mask, going after were creatures. There's a council with the druids where you guys put Iridian on trial, Maggie and Miley's, the mansion burning, and the inevitable end of that was
that trial sucked.
Tebran fight.
That trial did suck. We failed that trial so bad.
Pem, and then the meeting of Warden, I believe, was around this level.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even towards the tail end of it. What were some of your guys' favorite moments? Thinking back on whether, I mean, it'd be nice to, I should have messaged Chris too, but he was around during that whole time.
I loved when we first turned into our were creatures inside the church. I thought that was a really fun moment.
That was
I loved us hiding in the church while something was clearly happening. And I was just like being like, that's not us today. I felt like there was lots of times in this campaign where we were the like alarmists and we just went unheeded. And then that was the time when it was like we told them today's not good, and then they didn't believe us, and then we went and hid in a church.
Gonna go wait for this to blow over.
I have a pint. Wait for it all to blow over.
I also feel like we had a perennial just like begging NPCs to believe us. And like across the campaign, the trial was definitely the start of it. Where we were just like, you gotta trust us. These guys are bad guys. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I don't know.
That's when we became lawyers.
That's
We're lawyers.
The prostigators.
Honestly,
yeah, I love the reveal though of the gnome, the first guy we met, and like the were arc. I don't know if that's the right way to call it, but we met that gnome and we're like, he's like, oh, we need help. And we were trying to help him, and then he fucking turns into a mouse, leaves the back, and then we gotta fight.
Mm-hmm.
Where the crow and his lackeys with.
Yeah, there were 8, not even lieutenants, because technically. So that was like the part of the campaign where I was like, all right, let me see here. Pull my old sheet. There were 8 lieutenants of where I figured the first kind of tier of play was going to be you guys kind of figuring out, and then it was hopefully going to end, which it did, with killing the vampire Tebran, which you guys did, and that one went kind of pretty good. Lieutenant Gris was a character there. MLR you met. You did meet Mercs in the bars where we got tackled by Sphing. The red bands. But yeah, hold on. I was actually pretty organized.
I kind of liked when we were in the Underdark and there was just the chain of people. First, we did like the undercover boss thing.
It was that,
me.
like, yeah, that.
Remember? I was like, no, yeah, this is going great. Don't worry about it. Just send me along the way. I'm investigating.
We were in the basement of the mansion.
Yeah, slapping.
Exactly. That's what I was going to get to.
And we lit it on fire. Yeah,
you slap the next guy. You slap the next guy. Also, upstairs is burning down, so get out of here.
So I finally found it. So there was Manchun, and then below that the 4 lieutenants, and below that they each had 2 sub-lieutenants working for each of them. And it was like Spider and the Bat. There was a bear and a rat.
We never found the bear,
Raven.
Did we?
No, the bear's alive, and there's a tiger and a wolf.
I don't remember the bat.
I remember we found the spider and the rat.
Was the one you imprisoned.
Oh, the goblin.
Yep. And you killed the spider. You killed the.
She was in like
the boar
system, right?
Check.
Yeah, the boar. I think
and
I
the
made
raven
fun
and
of,
the
or he
bat.
made fun of
Or
me.
Do we ever meet the bear
no.
and then just not know it was him?
No, he was. So I kind of broken up into the 4 quadrants of my Lari. So you guys didn't spend a lot of time in the hunting stuff. I think Fing actually may have met him when you guys split up one day.
The chef, he went up and like did a skins, and there was like a weird dude he met.
He was leading a hunting thing.
I do think we met him then, yeah.
Yeah, but this is when I was given the Moonstone clues that, and you guys weren't. It was that hadn't fully registered yet because they all had bits of Moonstone decorated with. And I think you ended up just befriending that tribe at some point, but
I think Sphing like impressed him one time when we came back with like, was it the 4-armed gorilla thing?
Oh,
We brought back like a big
yeah.
hunting kill, and everyone over there was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I think it was the big gorilla. Because that gorilla was a 2-tiered gorilla, wasn't it?
It was a big
Yeah,
one.
Didn't we kill it and then it raged and got way bigger and
A gorilla.
Joe Rogan neck?
Yeah, he had a Joe Rogan neck.
That's
Forgot
right.
about that.
Joe
Yeah.
Rogan neck.
Yeah, he did have a Joe Rogan neck effect. Where he had like 8 attacks on one turn. That was kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is gross. Don't do that anymore. I'm surprised we made it as far as we did.
I'm going back through my old notes around this time or after we.
I
the
feel
where
like
arc.
we did pretty good on that arc in terms of like figuring out who the bad guys were, executing the plan on getting rid of the bad guys. The only thing we really floundered on was convincing everyone else that they were bad guys. And that was just the rich guy, Adler or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, he had a change of heart, right? That he started giving some of the rescinding his contracts. I think, right, is what I had in my notes.
I mean, we tried to insurrection that bitch so hard.
Oh,
He was
you're
the red
saying-
herring, though. He was
Yeah.
just an asshole and not in charge of any of the bad shit.
Mhm.
And then you hung him from the tree.
Who
We
was
should've
this
killed him.
letter to that you had me right around this
You
time?
did. Thanks. Or no, Sir Barrett did.
What did the letter say?
Hi, this is Fing. How are you? I am well. I have found a new doubt. Found a new town and we saved them from vampire. The town loves us. I am a clown now. Elves are bastards. Please send gold. I want to see the sea. Am I still exiled? Is that somebody in your tribe? or-
Way to bury the lead.
That
must have been to his tribe, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I remember the
unsung
bit.
hero of the campaign, the male.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did want to bring up the mail, but that bit specifically was I wrote a letter and read it so fast and asked you to try to write it down.
Yeah.
So it got all fucked up.
I feel like you were
I'm
doing
sure.
like your Charlie impression of being illiterate, but you were speaking it. And, like, I can write what you
Yeah.
can say, but like, no, I have to write like I can spell. Also, the the little riot that Coben led through the town.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We insurrected.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was our early January session.
That was when the
Yeah, it
trial
was
failed,
around
right?
then, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We had inspiration. Me and Chris. I know Pem was in. He was fully in. Pem was my co-conspirator, and like, yeah, we're gonna insurrect these motherfuckers.
And we were just walking out of the courthouse like, huh, what's that? Is there just a fucking angry mob coming at us? We see you in the front, da-da-da-da-da-da, fucking leading the way.
Hey, hey. Oh, oh.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. That's exactly what it was.
These vampires got to go. Yeah, that was great.
What? I have a...
So, a couple things, I guess, maybe I'll go over from my perspective that you guys missed.
That's what I wanted to ask. Like, was there any just really, like, what were we so fucking frustratingly close to and then just walked past it? Because I know the radio room with Surge is one of the first ones that comes to my mind, where it was
Yeah.
like we were just like, "What's behind that door?" And then we're just like, "We're out of here."
Yeah, you guys left. That was so. I had a connection for each of you guys' backstories to like the overarching main campaign,
I knew it.
and the radio. So Sphinx was kind of like an introduction. His was, since he had an artifact in his backstory, that was like the connection to figuring out what the vaults and like a mini obelisk was like. That was like that introduction. I think Quoben's was to get a rod. If all the weapons I was giving you dealt force damage, so that was going to be what was going to be severing the chains and stuff at the end. The bow, there was a weapon I had ready for Do-Ra in your backstory as well, but I introduced something, and then you had to, life happens, and then you had to leave, and I was like, and then you guys just teleported out of Visog, but you had a whole backstory, little mini arc where I was going to involve, if you guys remember meeting the dragon turtle.
Mm-hmm.
At sea on the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think Do-Ra
Almost
talked it down or
fucking sank
something.
the ship,
And
if I remember.
yeah, and then it saw Do-Ra and left, but it was going to be kind of involving that and figuring out some like Visog history, and then
We blew up a church and pieced the fuck out.
yeah.
I forgot about that.
Lionel's was a direct correlation to one of the lieutenants, which I don't even know if you guys ever made the connection to Beatty was Manchun's lieutenant.
I mean, we knew that at the very, very end.
I think you guys knew that, but it wasn't like explicitly said.
I don't think we knew about her involved in anything other than Lionel's backstory, though.
That was the connection. The big thing you guys miss, I guess, in regards to Quoben's link, was at the Mind Flayers and the church connection was never fully made, I think.
It's not Mind Flayers. How many times do we have to tell people this?
I made a couple like different mistakes,
back to the first arc. I'm trying to remember her name. I don't, but the lady in charge of the church during the first arc, she always came off really weird about like why she
the other
was
moon
wanting-
lady.
Yeah, like I remember we were trying to help her, and she gave us like the weirdest vibes about like just do it. You don't need to know what's happening.
Yeah.
Is she a bad guy?
She was like a misguided righteous person.
Never be me. I could never be quoted.
But that link was to the book, which
his fucking
her quest.
Yeah.
She was following a paladin that she didn't fully trust. That's she wanted you to check on the guys where you remember you fought the husband and wife skeletons. And then that introduced the book to the campaign, which you guys almost immediately lost after a glamping excursion.
Yeah.
Hey, we weren't good at keeping artifacts. You like to take them back as soon as we get them.
But yeah, Quoben's link was to the campaign was the Mind Flayers basically discover religion. And like it's linked to humanity, and then realize that the closest thing to a god on the material plane that they could access was Tharizdun in a box. So they're gonna try to.
It's a god in a box.
It wasn't the Mind Flayers. Was Manchun a Mind Flayer? Like, what is?
No.
Why does it seem like Manchun and the Mind Flayers on this? I know we're skipping forward some arcs, so we can.
Yeah, let's save that question. So that. Oh, and then for the other backstory, which you guys didn't do, the radio.
We were
that was gonna lead into.
I wanted to do the stealth plan so badly.
That was gonna lead to, like the communication part where you guys would have been able to communicate with the branded. And like on that frequency.
Oh,
Oh
interesting.
shit!
Rio doesn't sound too bad now. We should have,
And then
Yeah,
the
you gotta
last
work on your
bit,
RP pitches.
and then the
Your
last
RP
bit
pitches
of
for the things are so bad.
what it was going to
Yeah.
lead to was
my strong suit.
I think I told you there's a guy named Prince on a mountain somewhere.
Yeah.
That would have
Ring a bell.
he had the basically he played music on the top of this mountain that had the air chain windless, so he was kind of hanging out around that and just being a weirdo.
Speaking of things on the mountains, how is our little bridge supervisor friend doing?
Oh my
Oh.
god!
Thriving,
That's great.
The tourist
collecting
spot.
tolls. Yeah.
We
It's
gotta
fucking.
collect
You
that.
go there for the Instagram post.
It's like
you
the
know?
Hoover Dam.
You
Yep.
take your Insta pics and like.
Has he
selfie.
expanded the bridge yet?
Like
is
girls
it
are
enough-
making really
is it like 2
inspirational
lanes
posts.
We
now?
roasted
Honestly,
him so
probably,
bad that
probably
session.
not.
You live here? This place is disgusting.
Is it at least
Yeah,
fucking
that was-
clean? Did he at least start cleaning it?
It's clean. That's all it is.
Okay.
I like to think
Yeah, that was
like,
one of those.
he's a manager now.
That was
Has
the
a couple
funniest
of
encounter.
employees.
That was one of those things where I had an encounter where I was like, all right, this is what's going to happen. Either they, pay the troll toll. It was like, I wanted to lean into like iconic sort of things this
You just wanted
campaign.
a trope. Sometimes you got to do a trope.
I
And,
wanted
like,
to do
that's such
tropes.
a
I
good
wanted to
trope.
do dragons. I wanted to do like bad archmage puzzle stuff. And then like,
Fucking
and that was
troll
one
on
where
a
I was like, oh,
bridge.
it's going to troll toll. And then he was going to have buddies come out and fight you guys on a bridge. And I had a map for it. And then whatever improv sort of happened, I was like, this is way funnier than doing a regular encounter. So no
It's
more
not
like
even-
I rewrote that like on the spot, or not even rewrote, but just left out. You guys were gonna get attacked by
Improv,
goblins,
yeah.
and he's gonna have like people with you. And I was like, no, it's better if you guys
Not
just
for a
berate
time.
him into cleaning his bridge.
Yeah, I think Coben just like went.
You're
rogue.
charging.
It
This
was
is
like, look at how
trash.
fucking shitty this bridge is. It's dirty. You haven't cleaned it. You've been here for like 3 years.
Why would we pay for it? It's dirty.
You don't even care about it. And Pem made grass grow on it. we were just like, take pride in your work. Yeah, I feel like if you had to pitch somebody like, how does this group play D&D? That would be one of the like,
That's the encounter.
that's one of the ones you could show them and be like, this is pretty much the vibe of the group.
Definitely. I'm trying to think of anything else around there. That was, I guess, the gambling den
The
Holy
gambling
shit.
was hilarious.
and learning
Drunk
Pem's
mage,
backstory,
too.
where he was a link to
Say half
the red brands. Yeah. And the gambling, and he was just like, I'm a gambler, I'm on the run.
Was he from the realm of doom or gloom or whatever the fuck it was? Because he had a lot of baggage and just pretended it did not exist.
Yeah.
Like absolutely gaslit.
He was
himself.
fighting for his life.
We see your baggage.
And he's
It's
like, there's
real.
no baggage.
What are you talking about?
What baggage?
What baggage?
Who
There's literally
That was one of my-
piles of suitcases behind you. I don't know. what you're
do
talking
you
about.
owe money to? I don't know money.
Yeah.
Fucking never.
That was
once
one of my
admit.
favorites. Because like reading his backstory at the first, it was very short and just it was like bullet points of stuff. And then I was like, oh, this fits perfect in with this like vision I had for my army, where it was like, I'm on the run. I'm pulling it up now. I just want to I can read it to you guys.
Yeah, read
I'm
it to us. Read it to us.
I misinterpreted his where he's like, I have 100 seeds in my pouch, and basically my tribe wants me to plant 100 seeds, but I procrastinated for all these years.
Yeah,
Now
I
I have
remember
like 40 days to do it.
I remember.
He's-
I remember him
he
pitching
did-
that to me. Yeah. I was like, that's
Yeah,
fucking
Pem's
funny.
quest requires him to plant 100 trees during his travels. But he's too. Wait, where's? Oh, but he's incurred some hefty gambling debts a few weeks ago at an inn, is now trying to get out of town to avoid paying his debts to the gang leader Tejas Red. That was basically all I had, and I was like, all right, perfect. Fucking gambling addicted druid.
Amazing.
He's procrastinating his tree planting because he's too stressed.
Yeah, and he's just too deep in gambling.
I got my marinara and vodka here, guys.
Oh,
Disgusting.
That looks absolutely
wait, what the fuck
fucking
did you-
atrocious.
yeah, don't do that on
What
the
the
stream.
fuck did you make for real? Why
Yeah.
is it
Got
red?
ice
What
in
the fuck
Yeah.
did you make?
It's
Make that-
marinara sauce and vodka. I don't know what you fucking want me to
Gross.
tell you. It's delicious.
Maybe we should have died.
Well, that can lead us to our tier 2 from like levels 5 to 10. This is where you guys shifted from hunting the were creatures and hunting the vampires. Lieutenants, the Twilight Knight, Colton Hammer Wands, Beatty. That's where you guys met Udazonga. You guys went to Lionel's hometown and went to and cleaned up Sphinx's backstory. So there's that whole arc in there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question.
In the glamping.
Because we never really
That
got to figure it out.
Get out of the glamper.
because
Get out of the glamper. Get out of the
The
glamper.
Unchained,
Oh yeah.
we missed a lot with him.
Yeah, he escaped
got
through that portal.
away.
Then you guys went, nah, fuck him.
What was who was he? We lost a lot of leads here. There was a slippery fish.
Well,
He probably would have told us the
practicing.
fucking mind flayers. are
I know, but we
doing it.
don't know. We don't understand how
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly people were becoming unchained. We had some ideas with like the dream spell and then like altered states of mind, but then we don't know. We know that MLR helped him, but we don't know what his goal was, or was he just like trying to fucking lay low?
It was so that connection was if you didn't escape, basically, would have led you more into like the dream connection to the branded, and then also the mind flare connection and the people being able to break free basically with psychic trauma damage.
So our second mind flare lead missed.
Yep.
We started.
And then Udazonga, you guys just befriended without question because
100%
he
of
was
mind flayers we
presented
met were nice.
with a drunk character.
Well, no, because he was being attacked by the guy we didn't like, the guy we definitely wanted to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vampire was fucking with Utsi, so we're like, he's obviously our pal. Then we couldn't conceptualize having two enemies.
The enemy of our enemy.
Yeah.
It's our best friend.
It's our fucking
Which provided some interesting stuff. I definitely was. My goal at the start of this campaign was to not have a NPC tag along with the party, which I realized towards the end was becoming very hard to do.
We tend to do that.
I feel like like how far we were in the campaign, like
It made sense
just for
thematically.
scale, like the scale of us trying to save the world. There was a few times it was frustrating where it was like nobody's helping us. I think it might have been because like NPCs tagging along isn't really that fun. But it was like I feel like when we were talking to the king and sometimes Sir Barrett and then the fucking dwarves, I felt like there was several times in this campaign we're just begging for people to listen to us about how bad things are.
The king definitely would have helped you. I guess it did because he gave you gauntlets. You guys kind of saw that a little bit, but Manshun and a message Billy and I had a whole Google Doc back when he was Manshun, and his plots for what he wanted to do. And Manshun was basically with Polton Hammer Wands, his Dwergar dwarf, sent him to basically infiltrate the kingdom. I had to change a little bit because I didn't want Billy to know. So I basically did I stole from World of Warcraft the Emperor and the Princess is corrupting the Emperor sort of thing. You guys kind of caught on to, but then it kind of got crazy because Serge stole an egg and you guys felt like you really had to get out of there. But
we had to leave places several times through this campaign in a very quick manner. I think if
But
anything,
basically,
one of our signatures is a hot and fast exit.
yeah. Basically, Polton did that for him and then tried to go into hiding out in Weissog. I'm trying to think of anything else big you missed in this section
So
of the campaign.
We went down. We met the Sapphire Dragon. We went through. Was this our first time in the Underdark?
Is that the one we played chess with?
Yeah, she had the chess set.
Yeah. And that was the one with all the portals that were.
Yeah.
What's Lionel's parents? How bad are they? Were they involved? We just hate them.
Not involved with the main campaign, but we definitely hate them. Yeah, we hate them.
Yeah.
Terrible dinner party. I love the development of dinner party rules. By the way, that shit was awesome.
That
was an inspired like D&D. Because not every boss is like a get your spells out. It's just like the tense.
Well, one of the things I really liked about like the Star Wars and Genesis system is you have health points and then you have, I forget what it's called, like will or something that you can strain. That's it.
Yeah.
And strain is like mental stuff.
Yeah.
So I tried to do the same sort of thing because that was how you would lose social encounters in that game. It's like you would strain out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
I wanted a similar thing where
the
charisma characters would kind of shine.
Serge, the least face-like of all faces. I feel like Serge always gave the vibe of like, I'll go with the flow, where usually like the high charisma character is one of the ones like, let's do it this way. And Serge was always he's just got his guitar and he's just a leaf in the wind.
Yeah. I did not do much with my charisma as much as I should have. I tried to, but like
no wonder the Rockstar thing isn't panning out.
You fucked that dwarf.
Sure you did fuck that dwarf.
Yeah.
Trying to get that knife, but he said no.
Yeah.
You OD'd. That was pretty metal.
A couple times.
OD'd to death.
You OD'd to death.
I think my biggest highlight during this section was the will to co. Because I like wrote like it's like an 8
arena.
It was like an 8 episode arc that I tried to do, and then I think it ended up being like 10 or 11, so it took a little longer.
Was that our first big fight with Manchun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I think that was one of my favorite.
That place had me stressed.
Yeah, that was my favorite fight. Right? Yep, that was my favorite fight of the whole campaign. I
love the vibe going in. We shredded that dragon, that little bitch ass dragon.
Yeah.
We went in there fucking walking tall.
We had all of our weapons taken away.
It immediately and how every fucking encounter with this group goes, it immediately just devolved into just everything bad that's happening.
Yeah.
We get split up. We have to make split-second decisions.
The idea, though, the plan of, let's just roll in acting like a couple of these guys are slaves. That'll be totally fine. And they fucking take all our weapons. The Glamper gets robbed. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah, Manchun robbed the. Oh, you guys knew that.
Yeah, we do.
That was
when you guys started learning he had been spying on you. I think.
I thought that happened at the
waterfall.
The waterfall.
Yeah, it did. Which this
was
in this
arc. The arc. Yeah, I thought it was specifically when we.
That was Quoben's first. I decided during one of those sessions that I think Quoben is. That was when I made the character decision that like I always kind of wanted Quoben to be like awkward and like out of touch and like basically horrible rich dude, but like also care about the group, but definitely feel terrible about that internally. Have a lot of self-guilt about caring for people, and that was when I made the decision during that Manchun fight that I was like, Quoben's trying to die to save somebody. But like when he tried to hold that hallway
Yeah.
That's when I made like the internal like Quoben is like feels like he has to die to save somebody, and then he'll have done a good job.
Yeah, that was a badass moment. How many? I
That was
forgot the
pretty
number
tight.
of guys that you took down.
You
I
were
took down like
Jesus.
10 dudes or something. It
least.
was
It was a lot.
insane.
I have
Probably
a
more than
question
that.
real quick about timeline. Was when Surge's college got blown up, was that before or after the Wild Co?
That was after.
After.
I thought
After.
so. I thought so.
Yeah.
A decent little chunk after, I think.
Yeah.
I
At
think you
what
had
point-
diplomatic immunity then.
Oh yeah,
I don't think
The-
I did.
I think you.
Mm.
Yeah, because I think we pretty much resolved that right after the, right? Your Wildeco thing was all kind of self-contained into one episode.
If I didn't get diplomatic
It was
immunity
the-
from
the
there, I got it
Wildeco-
from the underdog
Yeah.
or the guys
But
that
that-
were doing the Charlatan, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the Wildeco
Oh.
arc was the glamping arc.
Yeah.
Like, that's why
Yeah.
we set off
But
on the
that's-
glamping arc, was to go figure that out.
Was I? I'm
Mm.
confused. Wasn't that when you became leader of your tribe after the Wildeco episode?
After that,
Yeah.
at the end of the arc, that's when the arc ended.
So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, wouldn't? What did the Charlatan guys give you the diplomatic immunity? I forget.
When I asked for it when we were brokering the deal.
He used his fucking charisma.
Yeah, I said
That was,
mine
like
for
a nat 20.
performance.
That was like one of those nat 20 situations or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. I just kind of assumed you always had it, since at the end of those episodes you became like the leader of the tribe, and at that point you were just starting to throw it out there as a card on the table, you know?
No, during the meeting, I basically told them that I was a diplomat on behalf of the
Yeah.
Wild Co.
Mhm.
and that I needed immunity. They gave me the sheet, and I did everything that I could as a player to not abuse it, even though there were a couple of times where I abused it.
In this section, I did have a dance battle encounter planned with Mercs and his group.
We did do that, didn't we?
Fucking West Side Story, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, I really liked the Circle of Power puzzle or something like that, where we just had the reagents. It was in the bottom of the arena.
That
Mhm.
was dope. Yeah.
That was a fun puzzle.
Mhm.
To get to the
Your
Hydra.
little prick wouldn't work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Surge's little prick wouldn't
That
work,
was
but his dump
early.
truck did.
That was early in the, like, we also established Quoben is definitely going to be the first one to just get obliterated out of nowhere. Really early in the dungeon where we got the bow, where like there was a statue and I walked up and
Mhm.
just got like obliterated.
Speaking
I want to
of,
exalt my weapons. I want to know what my two things are. when they're
Oh
exalted.
yeah,
The bow, if you would have finished that, would have given you the plane shift.
very cool.
Great.
And
Amazing.
and then
the chameleon.
the necklace, I don't
Yeah.
think I made the end of that
Gotcha.
one yet.
I really wanted to roll until the mace got sentient.
Mm-hmm.
That was on my D100 table for the. I feel like I didn't roll that great on the D100. I mean, there was the +1s, which are nice, but they're not that fun. And then I got like throw, and it was like, okay.
That was you made it fun.
But I was like, it's got throw, which means I definitely gotta chuck this boy.
speaking of the times when my school blew up and everything like that, did my old teacher ever solidify like copyright laws? Will I be able to sue Mercs, or? Because I'm really wondering, you know, there's integrity
Yeah,
that
so-
I need.
So
That's why he's
Mercs
depressed.
went off and took the knowledge that you guys chose not to go after and became a pirate radio star. And
That motherfucker.
For now.
for now, yeah.
I think we got a couple of one
We
shots.
gotta take down-
sweep up.
I do think if you guys come back from your planes, it'll be the quickest assimilation back into just like, oh my god, you're alive? Yeah, that was crazy. Remember Mercs?
We're gonna fuck.
Yep.
I've been writing some music.
We're fucking
You've
taking this
invented
guy
grunge
down,
music.
and then it's just
Fuck.
immediate, just like, tell me what I need to do.
Yeah.
Just the most emo.
Yeah, we're going from like classic rock to like 90s grunge and plaids.
Yeah.
God.
Fucking power chords and detuned guitars.
Honestly, I felt like my like recovery like after the, drug phase thing was gonna be
The drug phase you're still addicted to?
hey, I not yet, and I've been apparently teleported for 2 weeks, so maybe I'm, But
I'm sure
Yeah,
you
go
found
ahead.
something
Go
else.
ahead.
it was probably
Roll a
gonna be
wisdom
shut up.
saving
Tell us
throw.
how the
Billy,
ambiance
the
of
campaign
Depression
is
Land
on
really
hiatus
helped
for
you
right
through your
now, so shut up.
addiction.
What? I mean, it
tell
wasn't
me-
bad.
You died.
Yeah, but I knew you guys had my back. I mean, how many?
It wasn't bad. You literally killed yourself.
You trusted
How-
nobody except for
how-
that weird dude.
Which? Oh, the
I
guy that was
really-
like,
I
"Do you want to
was
hit?"
trusted.
Yeah.
When you got mind controlled, and then you were gonna try and lead us on the wrong circle, I was like, there is no fucking way.
And
We're
then we
gonna go-
gaslit him
yeah.
so hard.
You had to try. Yeah.
That was so funny.
If we were on the same
So-
plane, I would have done it too.
Who was?
I
Did we ever
physically
learn who the
couldn't.
guy was? Your invisible friend.
No.
Mm-mm.
We
No.
only
That'll
learned that
be
he
a
wasn't
problem for
imaginary.
maybe he's from Hades. Maybe I'll see him again. I hope I do, because that seems like a kind of
Hey,
fun
this is my
flaw.
house.
Trying to think if anything else of note that we're missing out on.
I
from
hope
that.
someone got my
Arc.
blimp back.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
how's
it's back.
Papa John doing at the Pizza Hut?
Papa John is thriving.
That's
Hell
good.
yeah! I see. That's why I love that guy.
I
I
think
will.
Quoven's gonna go through his Batman
about,
phase.
wait,
I
what-
don't know how else to describe it, but like the Twilight Cleric having all the bonuses at night. I think he's gonna go through like a Batman phase around my Laurie. Yeah, just like any kind of like criminal around my Laurie. Like while like
Where the
Lionel's
truck is
doing all
going.
the intel shit, I'm just gonna be in a back alley and float down out of the stars. And just be.
And I really
Absolutely.
I feel like Quoven definitely would have the Batman episode from College
Yeah,
Humor
that's
where
what
he's
I
like
was-
trying to figure out the voice.
I don't kill.
The drugs
That guy's dead. I don't kill.
Where the truck's going?
He's just tuckered down.
He's all tuckered out.
Which one of these tubes do you smell from?
I got a question. What actually killed MLR? Or is he dead? I think Utsi said he was dead or gone, right?
Uda Zonga killed him in a ritual to create a periaptive health, which is the first step to becoming an Alhoon after his basically in lore and mind flayers start to gain regular intelligence by reading books and stuff. They become psychopathic or hungry for knowledge.
Oh,
Oops, we gotta
shit.
die. We gotta put that motherfucker
Yeah.
down like old Yeller.
Guys, I don't know why you keep saying it's the mind flayers. They're literally so chill.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys found his body. You rolled bad on the check for identification, but there was Lone Wolf Ale in there.
That's probably
Could
the
be
only
anyone.
thing that we were worried about. Oh, there's beer? Yeah.
I thought he was on another.
Wonder if this guy knows
continent, like
MLR.
across the river. We found his. What point was his? Did we find his body? When was that?
In a basement of a church with some dead
That
bodies.
was MLR?
Oh, the fucking
That was
ritual
Utsi
circle.
that did that?
Damn.
Never once would we have thought Utsi could have been capable of that.
Mm-hmm. He's too cute and
Our,
kind.
his name is
Fuck.
Utsi.
Don't give nicknames to aberrations.
Fucking Utsi and Bootsy? They
would
would
never.
never.
Chen Assad was the other.
I feel like he would get into it though, as he's kind of gaining his independence. He's like introducing himself to other people. He's like, but I prefer Utsi.
We're definitely
My
we're
friends
definitely
call
the
me Utsi.
delusional friend group at the end of the world.
But my friends call me Utsi.
So
If they go to
Haven't-
another school, you wouldn't know.
He's like killing all of the population to learn, and then we walk by, and he's like, "Hey guys,
Good to see you. How
I
you
guess that
been?
leads. I guess that can lead us into the last tier, which is the Manchun hunting and the Raven Tower of the or Citadel of the Raven, and
I would like to first say how badass it was that fucking Quoven charged that rogue off the ledge. That
Yeah.
shit was,
That was-
so cool.
that was smart.
I guess-
Where's he standing? On the
That,
edge of the tower.
That brings up a question. So was there a session that like we took a path and you were just like, what the fuck? Like, because we just either
Once you guys could start
Was there a
teleporting, it was like
session
I don't
where
have
we
any
totally
fucking
did
plan.
what you thought we would do?
or like was there a
No.
session where you just had to like improv like
Yeah,
heavy?
most of them.
That's so real. You just have to be like kind of ready for
How long have you
everything,
played
and
with
you're
us?
good.
Have you not gotten that that's what we do? Just chaos?
Yeah, that's what it
I
like.
should show
Most
you
of,
my notes because like when I say prepared, I'll write like one line for a place, and then like if you guys go there, it's like, all right, fucking. Hopefully, I can think of something.
Yeah.
yeah,
'Cause
I was
especially when
trying.
this is the first time we've had teleportation without, and that was difficult.
That was difficult for us.
yeah.
Thankfully,
Yeah,
it was
it
not
was.
teleport, and it was teleportation circle. So I was like, okay, he can go.
I honestly,
He has
Yeah,
two
select
circles, and I know which
spaces.
ones he learns. So then I could only.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
was
like the
limited
fun of
chaos.
D&D starts to go down around level 10.
Yeah.
Like there's a power when everything we fight has to be like world-ending powerful.
Yeah.
It doesn't get the same vibe as us being in a
bell curve.
cave
Like
and a half
fighting
pig,
bandits.
half man just comes charging out with a wooden club, and we're like, "No, big man!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
No,
worked.
don't, big man.
So the big one I had for the end of the campaign, I knew where it was going to end. I just didn't know how, depending on which way you guys went with stuff.
We didn't. Even.
There was the potential to fight Manchun at the end, for certain things, but you guys could have killed him at the tower or somewhere else. Then there was
God, I wish they kind of.
basically Udazonga. If he would have been with you, he would have ascended to Lichdom, and you would have had to fight the what
No, he wouldn't have
what's-
fought us.
No, we're
was an
friends.
owl.
Not a
No,
mind
he's
flayer,
been
no.
like, "I'm a lich now," and we're like, "Dude, that's so cool."
We have a lit friend.
You've come such a long way.
I forget what it's called. The Illilich or something.
The
Yeah.
Illithish.
Illithilich.
Listening.
A lethal lich?
Illithilich.
He wouldn't have fought
which-
us.
That would have been a wild fight.
That would have upset
the-
us all so much because of just the sheer betrayal.
I
Yeah.
would have been happy to whoop his ass. He got
And
handsy with
then
me.
there was
Oh, we got to build a statue to fucking Coral. Dude,
Coral?
yeah, he
Coral had one
Well,
day
let's-
in
let's
Magic
just-
World, and he saw all what Magic could offer. And
I
he
think
thought
we
that
should
he
just-
had-
Zach,
Put him back where we found him and learn Petrify and just
If
let him
Warden-
stay
Lionel,
there
do you still have
forever.
a wish?
I do. I think.
Yeah.
I never.
Screw our friends that we think are dead. Here's this guy we knew for 2 days.
If Warden wished the whole band to come back together, would Coral come back too?
Hell yeah, he was one of the boys.
He was one of the
And
boys.
He was our little
Udazonga.
skull
I
smasher.
mean,
And
Yeah,
Emilar's
we
dead
bring
body would
Steve
just
back.
like plop and be like, ah!
he was a bit
Yeah.
racist, but you know, you could learn still. You could.
But think about it. Like,
I
Yeah.
can fix him.
He's a fixer upper, and that's okay.
Troll wakes up, has no idea about what magic is, and probably sees the most powerful magic ever to exist in that, like day frame. He comes back and he's like going through the city and just not impressed
Some
with
normal
screen
ass-
performers
That was
at all.
one. Okay, so that was one where in the like the lore of the place, there is a place called the Sealed Dwarves, but I literally went, there's no way they go there. So I didn't write anything for what was inside there. I was just like, there's no way they go
And
there.
then we
And then
made
you
the bit
guys-
about seal
You guys
dwarves.
went up, made the Sealed Dwarves joke, and then I think between weeks or something, like because you guys went past it, I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. I know this party. And then next week, you guys were up there
Party
doing
split.
shit, and you're like,
All right, we got to check out those fucking dwarfs. I was like, what?
I know we really dismissed it when we get past the first time, and what the fuck's that about?
Honestly, if you had changed the name, it would have probably been way less interesting. But all we had were Seal Dwarves, and that specific placing of words.
The mystery was just so irresistible.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would have wished for. I don't even know if Lena would ever use it unless
More
like,
seal dwarves.
something crazy happened. Crazy,
like a meteor smashing through the floor.
The threshold for crazy is insane.
It is.
That meteor, that old thing.
I
did love the bit. Oh, go ahead.
No, you.
I was gonna say I loved the bit that like where we realized that like Coral was before magic, and then like he got tossed into the just absolute deep end of like what magic can do, and he was just taking it in stride. Like that concept of just being like, "What's magic? I don't know, but I was on fire twice today, and like I'm still going." So I'm sure magic will solve it. You guys are gonna. There's a big chain coming through the wall, and it's keeping the worlds apart. Sure, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so the end was
investigation mod would go up by another 10.
if basically if you guys didn't stop it, you guys would have fought a manifestation of Thalass of an avatar as he was pulling himself. Basically, he was designed. I don't know what you guys ever even found the lore for it. I alluded to it a couple times, and then I think with campaign 3 it'll be a little more direct with clues.
We're stupid.
Yeah, we are retarded.
The basically Thalass designed all the vaults and stuff to kind of keep these powerful things away, and then the gods made him basically design his own prison as well, which he did and trapped himself away, except gave him an out basically, and his out was slowly pulling himself out of the elemental plane of chaos as he was infecting the branded and creating his own little army on the material plane.
Yeah, none of that, Red.
Error.
Error.
We were pretty sure it wasn't the mind flayers, and it was all Manchun.
And
I still think it's Manchun. And I still trust Utsi after being told that we'd have to fight him as an arch.
Do this to you?
He's an arch lich.
yes.
Blood coming out of his mouth. Love what
So
you've
yeah,
done.
Manchun's motive
That
changed when he
glow
got the
up,
book,
though.
by the way, too.
Interesting.
What happened?
So the book is an artifact in D&D called the Book of Vile Darkness.
Should have identified it.
Yep. And
Only your fault.
the book only exists if there is something of like, I'll read the thing of it. It's like if there's something of immeasurable evil, this book exists in the world. So even if you guys were to destroy it, it would have come back because the obelisk and Thalass existed. And it started doing its like domination towards you, and it would have eventually turned you into a lich. But
Us?
it was stolen by Manchun, and he was then going to take the route to become an eternal lich.
So, what the
At
fuck
least-
is Manchun? Who is he? Why? We never learned anything about Manchun other than he's the big bad evil guy.
We got no origin story
Yeah,
here.
I don't know how close to his actual lore he is.
Were we bullied?
Somewhat close. He's an old mage that in this
Boomers.
world, he was, basically the theme of the campaign. I was trying to think of one word when I first started thinking of things, and it was just control, and he was just going to try to basically have control over fate. He was the Doctor Doom equivalent, where he could see the end of times and knew that people would fuck it up. So he's basically like, well, I need to end people because they're the problem.
Cool.
So we were definitely in
You
the
should've
green
just
for
told us
killing his
that,
ass.
'cause, yeah.
So we got one thing so far.
I know, like in his original, and I don't know how much you want me to say, Kirby, but I know
Go
some.
ahead. I mean,
so I know in his original D&D lore, like he was all about creating copies of himself.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
the problem is like when the copies when they got within a certain proximity, they would start going mad, and like they would just chase that until they found each other, and then they would just obliterate. Like they would fight to the absolute disgusting end, and they'd either both die or one would walk away until they met another one somewhere. But
Mhm.
apparently there was like a whole war where it was just an army clone of Manchun, like fucking up an entire city. Like the guy was nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. The Manchun's in like the Forbidden Realms or Forgotten Realms lores. His clones like take over cities and fuck things up, like or like everywhere throughout, just like fucking things up.
And that
And,
was
the part I did
So
steal is one of
Manchun
his.
is like a D&D lore character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a D&D character.
I thought you made him up.
and the lore I did steal was one of his clones was like made the Night Mask, which made the 4 lieutenants, and that stuff is all real, and all their names for the lieutenants were all real. The Twilight Knight's a real D&D thing, and all that stuff. Bolton Hammer Wand. I made him a fat dwarf, but
Well, it sounds like he is just from the name.
all that stuff, except I didn't make a clone do that. I just had the real one do that, and then tears it off.
Yeah, when I was originally designing Manchun, I made him. So the first session, that I was announced, Kirby's like, "This is kind of like how the session is gonna go. What do you want to do?" And I was like, I asked him kind of like what everyone knew about the overall backstory, and it's Schwing had something in his backstory. He knew about an artifact or had some connection to an artifact.
Yeah.
So
The Oasis Stone.
yeah. So I was like, well, you just use divination magic. I made him a divination wizard so he could spy on people. And so
That was
one
so
of the
annoying, by the way.
Yep.
yeah.
What?
I had a mission and I tried to steal as much as I could from people. And I don't think I got much, but I got a huge tuft of Schwing's like his fur, his hair.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave me like a +10 or a +15 or something on the check to scry, which was nuts. But I made a whole altar like dedicated to Schwing and left like pictures of his master and
Jesus
some
Christ.
artifacts and stuff around.
You guys found the altar.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I forget, what did they?
And then
While playing something.
What did his agent steal from me in the college? Remember those little invisible motherfuckers?
mm-hmm. That was
It was a
This
piece
is
of
my
radio.
that was
fur. Or...
that was the
no,
communication
radio
device that you stole.
Right? Yeah. Good memory.
that was the network taking their shit back.
Gotcha. So no relation to Manchun.
Nope.
Yeah, and then I almost got Schwing killed with the Twilight Knight.
Day.
Look, lots of people
He-
died this game and got brought back. I was waiting for Quowen to die and not get brought back.
So
Or get turned into fucking that dust, turn me into some crazy shit, and then having to deal with that. I was so
there's
happy when we used that dust on his teacher so that it wouldn't, because I knew it was me. Like I
The
knew
whole
it was
time you were
coming.
fighting
you.
it, though. You were like,
I know.
No, I can, you know.
It's just like
So there were a couple of secrets, and I think we should all do this: is go around the table and, I guess, ask if there's anything that the individual is keeping secret from the party. But 2 things I kept secret the entire campaign. Well, not the entire campaign. So 1, at the end, I took Revivify and didn't tell anybody, just in case Coben died, because I knew he kind of wanted to die, and
You wanted to die.
he did.
He did.
Yeah.
He wanted to die. And
Mhm.
because I should have led with this, Sving never really liked Coben as a person. And
That's
knowing that he
understandable.
wanted to die, he took Revivify out of spite just to be able to fucking bring his ass back.
Not on my watch, motherfucker.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's funny too because after one of the sessions when we leveled up, Squeak and I were talking, and he's like, "Yeah, I took Revivify so I can bring Quoben back." And I was like, "Cool," and like we were going over the spell and shit. And then I think the next session, someone was like, "What's the diamond cost on Revivify?" And Squeak wanted to keep it a secret, and he almost answered, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know." And I messaged him. I was like, "You about fucked up."
That's what I was having a hard time because I wanted Quoben to have an arc, because like his backstory, and we got a little bit into it where he's like the youngest of like 6 children or something, and his parents were like rich and had planned out paths for literally all of their children, but they ran out of paths, and Quoben was like the leftovers, and so like he just like, I don't know, go to do something, so he went to a church and like so he always like, I wanted to play him having like the spoiled brat rich kid, like everything was given to him but then basically being treated like he didn't have a purpose or like a use to the family. So then he was just searching for his like trying to be good enough. So I was trying to over the game have him like slowly be less of an asshole, but also not know how to not be an asshole. So like he would do things that like cared and like to help the team, but like not be good about telling his emotions about why, you know, like he's like deflecting feelings by like insults, like when he brought Surge back and like tried to heal him from his drugs, and he's just like, I'm just gonna berate you while I do this because I don't know how to tell you like
I felt
I
so attacked
don't want
so
you to
many
die.
times.
Yeah, so he's just like, and I don't know if that like came off, but yeah, like Squeak's totally right. Like
I got
Quoben
it. Yeah.
wanted to. He felt like if he would able to die to like save people, he would finally like manifest that like did something good enough, and like and that was in his head the like picture of like success. Like he made a difference. That's why he was like sacrificial. Which after that one session where he like held that door, that's where I was like, oh yeah, he's totally got like a martyr streak in him where he feels. And I almost did it too. One of those magic
I would have
missiles.
gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling concentration checks.
For real.
Anybody else hiding anything?
I don't think I was hiding anything. I was pretty much an open book up until I kind of threw my baggage out in the mountains of the Silent Steps, I think, where I was just like, hey, this is my actual motives, blah, blah, blah. I think it was right after doing
Did
the
you
dinner
know you're
party
going to take
with
Blood
Chris.
Hunter when you
I knew
made
I
Lionel?
was going to take Blood Hunter, yeah. I knew I wanted to play a little bit of something that helped my intelligence in that way. Rogue, I thought the Mastermind Rogue was awesome. I was building it out with Clay. I was like, dude, this is like a great like backstory thing where I'll like manipulate Quoben to do well in the church and like get him higher up, and I'll just like work under him because he's, you know, a snotty little rich kid, and
He's
I need
genuinely
a servant,
stupid.
and I need a servant.
Like genuinely stupid.
But also, like, I think Lionel's main thing that I think I held pretty tightly was that he didn't want to become violent because in the well, he didn't want to kill to gain pretty much. So because he knows in the Underdark there's a lot of that, there's slavery, there's all these nasty things, and like it's easy to kill for what you want and have that be the consistent measure of like, okay, I'm just gonna kill you and just take whatever. So I think him being somewhat of a pacifist in terms of not killing is like really hard to do near the end because of Manchun and like Beatty wanting to. He
and
wanted to kill
D&D,
Beatty.
it's hard to not kill people in D&D.
It really is. So I was just like, I'm gonna make it a point. I'm gonna make force bullets, and like.
Sphinx.
Yeah, unless you're Sphinx, yeah.
Just repair the
I'm
jugular,
gonna cut his
baby.
throat, but then I'm gonna heal him.
I saved him.
But like definitely over time he got less queasy around blood just because Quoben and Sphinx. And then Dora came about and just smashed everything, so it was just
Quoben didn't have the qualms.
Dora originally, I built him. He had barbarian levels, so I was raging, and and I was just like, I messaged Kirby. I was like, I'm taking the barbarian levels out. Like that shit's way too dumb. Because I made him this, like angry revenge fighter, and that's where the like barbarian came from. But the mechanics were just way too dumb.
Yeah, and I try to make the Blood Hunter blood be like affect his personality too. I think he was a little bit like more to himself, and like he did have those urges to, especially with Beatty, to kill her and like chase after her and like go get her.
I loved the lore change too. Like once we figured out the blood thing, that you had been like we knew you were suffering from it the whole time from like not knowing the full backstory. And then when we finally like did the arc that you switched from Blood Hunter, I thought that was really like such a fun like thing to happen in a D&D campaign where it's like a full pivot of a character and like you got rid of the curse, and then I thought that was great.
It's like, and then he just had like the full reign of what he really liked to do, and just like build and like learn,
shoot people,
and, like, just create stuff and shoot people. Yeah, make a gun.
Did we ever tell everyone what the other options were for that moment?
What was I in between? I was in between Artificer and...
Oh, no. I mean, when you guys were leaving the Battle Royale area, where the fuck is... I'm pulling it up right now. Basically, when you talk to the owl god of basically Malar.
Yeah. I could have gone into more lycanthropy stuff, right?
You could have...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said that on stream. I remember those... Oh, you got nervous.
Bye, Danny. Hi, Danny.
But I also just want to say the Hunger Games mechanics was another like inspired D&D like GM encounter. That was amazing. I was talking about like the two dudes that I know play D&D at work. I was like trying to explain them. I tried to explain to them both dinner party mechanics and the fucking Hunger Games mechanics, because it was...
Dinner parties were great.
So Rob blasting through the roof. That was a lot. That was a fun entrance. I enjoyed that.
With this one and
how
did we get here? I don't know. I saw.
We don't let lore get in the way of getting players back in the game. Damn it.
A lot of times I'll just 1-to-1 steal things.
I got Fortnite bust in.
Yeah, and that one was like, I forget what happened to make me think. It was like Battle Royale was happening, or I played something. Maybe it was like Apex or something, and I was like, how could I do this in D&D? And I was like, all right, well, it's a bigger map. People play the hex games, or like what do they call them? West Marches.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I already
a little of that, and then a little, getting you back in.
Yeah, when we got that
stupid when he showed up.
I don't.
He was an idiot.
My intelligence was drained.
Nope.
Yeah, nope.
He showed up in hell, but I love the group. We're just like, yeah, dude, welcome back.
I ate 2 brains, and then 1 feeble mind went off in the campaign. So 3 of you got stupid as hell.
I forgot. Fucking.
Corbin almost died.
Corbin almost died a lot.
I'd almost died a couple times.
I know, but he almost died from that one, like, randomly walk up, brain jumped at his face, and then almost was just insta-killed.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you guys, dying is overrated. Don't do it.
We didn't.
Yeah, if you die, somebody's going to come in and move you and then shit and vomit in your bed.
Oh god.
Again.
And
yeah, did you ever find out what happened?
I don't know if you guys
bed?
His bed.
Yeah, it was covered in piss and shit and vomit.
It was like OD in here.
Yeah, you died.
They
search.
No,
I torched the whole room. One of the things you guys missed in the book of teleportation circles, the mine. So one of the biggest reagent for simulacrum is ruby dust. It's like 5,000 gold of ruby dust, and there was a ruby mine that I've alluded to a lot. That was just a mine full of rubies, and that's where he was. Manchun had taken over, which in that teleportation circle is the Dalguldir mine.
I had 5 grand of ruby on me.
What would it have done to make a new circle, or what is?
Make a
So just to
little-
stop the simulacrum processing facility he had created, basically.
Oh, so if he went there and fucked it up, no more simulacrums.
He was
The
running his
only-
own Camino factory.
Yep.
Did we ever find out what he was doing at that house with the potted plant out front?
One of the great mysteries.
Like, what was that? Just a halfway house?
Why
Like,
talking
what-
to plants was so useful? That's one of the great mysteries of this campaign.
I think he was spying on you guys, and then he was doing something there.
So
oh no, he came through the teleportation circle. He was spying on you guys and saw a teleportation circle, and then fucked up Surge's place, and that he was just kind of hiding in that house.
Oh, so that wasn't like his.
He was laying low.
Okay, I thought
Yeah,
maybe he was using that as like a fob or something.
Just a safe house.
Yeah, he was just laying low there.
Well, so what? He just went in and like killed those 2 people, or
He-
bona fide them.
Yeah,
Because I went into a room and there was 2 people like just in rocking chairs.
made of stone.
looking out a
Yeah,
window,
the
and
flesh
I
to
just
stone. Yep.
Fucking not.
Oh,
dealing
I
with
have
that
a
shit.
like separate little campaign question. I feel like we like met Quoben's brother for a little bit and helped with the dragon and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did that help? I feel like there was a few times where we tried to help people and then like left and we weren't sure if it ever like did anything.
Yeah, that did. That basically gave insight into like Chardolin and its use to break the branded and that can and like basically sever things on a small scale.
So then the army like knew about that and then they were trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So we
How's that
did
guy
some
that we
good.
brought back? And
Which
just
one?
let loose on that town. We met him like one session. I brought a dude back from Revive Undead or something, and then just like,
Oh.
let him go into town. He's doing good.
He's doing well, yeah.
We wanted to talk to him, and we just fucking heated this guy out of the afterlife.
And made the
That's what-
church pay for it.
Made the church pay for it because we had to ask him like 6 questions.
Yeah,
High level D&D has weird solutions to problems.
it's true.
So-
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Go ahead.
You said the curse or the hive mind, whatever, on the branded was lifted.
Yeah.
So preacher's a normal person again,
Creatures alive.
Walking
Does he
True.
remember?
walking around.
Is he the 5% that
Oh,
becomes
roll
a fanatic?
roll D100.
100.
Yeah, he told the percentages.
So I have the percentages. It's 80% remember nothing, 10%. So then we'll do 8. We'll just 10% get all their memories back, and then the other 10 are like craving to get their memory. Like, yeah, they don't remember, but they remember like the feeling, and they basically go culty, and they'll be bad.
All right, so 0 to 10 is cult. 11 to 21 is you remember, and then the rest.
55.
He's back to where he started, baby. No
What'd you
idea.
say?
55.
First thing he does, shield.
So next
So
question.
Preacher's backstory still checks out today.
in our next game, can I play preacher?
If you
I'll
want.
probably be really, because you said you want to do it like
He's
a
gonna
hefty
be-
time jump, right?
He's gonna be old.
Yeah,
as
it'll be
shit.
like a while.
So in my mind, I thought I had 30 years in my mind, but I think you actually said like 100 years.
What?
The next session is going to be.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be enough to where like you guys like your characters like I guess you could have people to remember these things, but like maybe not firsthand.
Okay. I got to see how long Asimir live.
Well, we can talk about that stuff. But yeah,
I feel like
that's
Barry doesn't mind that the world just exploded.
Yeah, how long was this after the first campaign? What was the
it was like
That was
2 years.
50 Oh,
2 years? Okay, because yeah, like
no.
we went to VSOG and there was like old bitches Butterworth or Butterscotch
Yeah.
candy shop or whatever.
Yeah.
There was a
Just
lot
saying.
of
The influences from campaign 1 to 2 were there's Upchug going back in the butterscotch shop, Barry's firearms,
Yep.
Maybe Drakkar
that whole
will
thing.
stay, the guys at the Shadow Keep.
Yeah, Drekar in Hell. The
Hell's fucking cleaned up.
At this point, yeah.
Indy's not master, but like the Gedlock.
Mm-hmm.
You guys didn't dive into that, but he was garnering a deal with the King of Dostria when you guys were there. The giant in the Manshaka prison was from campaign 1 when Barry.
Oh, the bitch we tried to convince, right?
Barry was evil for a little bit, and he wrote like a fake letter.
When
and,
he
like,
had the evil hat.
started a war.
Obviously, Preacher was going to come in. If you guys went the more like we got to save the branded route and wanted to fight that stuff, you would have fought Preacher.
Oh,
That'd have been sick.
But now he's free and alive and doesn't know who he is
I
again.
still think our C1
He's cursed.
He is. He's cursed to like constantly be like frozen and rewoken up with no memory, like a regular Colin Robinson.
Like 10-second Tom from 51st Dates.
I think so. Yeah. What a poll.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10-second Tom.
Such a fun name. Yeah. Go ahead.
Is campaign 2, guys. We did
Yeah.
We
That was
fucking
fantastic.
did it.
Two down. How many more to go?
Who knows? We'll never know.
How long
Yeah,
you
we'll
guys
see.
live in?
Tomorrow, at least.
At least.
Yeah, so we'll talk about what we want to do next.
Mhm.
I know we talked about space.
Yeah, I think
Campaign.
I'm down. I don't know how much like I know it stresses me to do DMing for too long. And like I feel overwhelmed, but I could definitely hit like give you a nice break, play some players. We could do a more episodic kind of stupid campaign. That's kind of how I feel like I like to run it because I don't have to stress too much about
A-team.
I love it. I don't know why. I just love the bit, you know.
We can make an
some
18.
some guys on a boat in space and like let's go do stuff.
I think it'd be good for me to take a break for a bit while I figure out what to do next.
Yeah. So I'm happy to like help fill that in and we can talk about it. I feel like the vibe is gonna kind of that I like to do and the vibe that I know that everyone but Billy and Connor have played is the fucking gravediggers, just chaos.
Fucking send it.
Yeah, like full
Always.
send every session. At the end of the session, hopefully, or like session or two.
Bust right through the front door.
Yeah, like
Fucking
light stuff blown
turn up
on
the
fire, a bunch of stupid decisions made, and then it's just like, and then we'll do the next one next time.
I was only there for one Gravedigger session.
Oh
and that
yeah.
was Brutal
Oh,
Breerdap, the Gungan negotiator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I went in with this like I was supposed to be a negotiator to negotiate the deal with this prince, and then I roll in with
Then
I
you
think
caught
Mason.
the vibe of the group.
Yeah, well we rolled in, and I think I was with Mason. He was playing that astromech droid, and we like trapped him in a closet, and we're just like Mason poison sprayed him, and then Alex swung with the starship and was just like I think guns ready at all the guards across the windows. Yeah, that was like holy shit.
So I think it'd be fun
Cranked
for
to
everybody
11 at all times.
Yeah,
like look at the concept of the astral boats and stuff, and like those races, any crazy race, any crazy like the
I know we
crazy
make
like make a
characters for
character
that.
whose personality enables like chaos decisions and success, and then like
So yeah, we made characters. I think Billy and I are both playing.
I looked at that at one point.
yeah.
fun.
I think we
Uh,
all
I
have a
I
character,
will
right?
I will ask you to try not to make like game breaking builds because I am not like a skilled encounter builder, and like it'll just like it will walk over like what I think is hard. So like
Sure.
try not
I
to make
think we need
anything that's
to
just like broken.
Talk about our freaking group makeup though. 2 fighters, a paladin, and a barbarian. Like, what are we doing?
Send it, boys. You
What
guys
am
are
I in
so
that
Do we need
Well,
a caster?
I'm a gunslinger.
Magic in space? No thanks.
I think Billy and I are both hippo gunslingers.
Yeah.
I'm a minotaur barbarian.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like a flying
That
monkey
fish.
paladin.
My thing is I'm a fisherman. And
What?
anyone who interrupts my fishing fucking
I
gets
also
these
made a
hands.
barb.
So we've got 2 barbarians and 2 fighters and a.
We're perfect for space.
Yeah, what do you mean?
We
are-
I'm pretty not to meta. I'm pretty sure you drive those spaceships with intelligence though. We're
Yeah,
fucked.
there's gonna have to be an NPC involved, which like that's
Oh.
fine.
Actually, no. I have another character I can plug in that I've been working on, and I will use him for this. He will be a wizard.
But that would be my only ask.
But you're the you're not the problem. You're a warlock right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying there's freaking 4. I would assume we're all melee. Oh, it's one's a gunslinger.
No, 2 of us are gunslingers.
Oh my. Okay.
We're brothers, so we have like the same fucking build.
They've gotta have bits, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody that like anything
Or
that's
maybe I'll
like
play a different
bunch of
character.
crazy character interactions.
I can make
You're not in charge of this one, Kirby. We can do what we want.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll play a druid.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I guess I am melee.
Oh, did you take a melee route instead?
Yeah.
Well,
what
there's
what
time.
fighter did you take?
Purple Dragon Knight.
Oh.
But yeah,
Maybe
that
I'll
would be
play,
if I could ask for
What
the.
else?
I don't know if we'll do backstory tie-ins other than like short, quick things. Maybe.
Sure.
I don't imagine it'll be big archy like our main games are.
Yeah.
But I have a
Also
feeling
finish up
there'll be
Garden, too.
Fun and
Yeah,
infrequent.
There's something when you have
Yeah.
like an A-team squad. If you go, and Squeak, this is the guy from your backstory that wronged you. You see him
Yeah,
across the
it's
room, and
like,
everything
that's
goes.
all I do.
Bitch! Ah!
Yeah, that's definitely kind of the vibe. It'll be like someone will probably pitch you guys a mission, or I know last time you guys were like, you got like the Charlie's Angels radio, like, hey girls, I
Yeah.
need you to go here and do this, and it was like, oh, you got it, Charlie.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's
we could
fun.
also finish Gardens if we want.
I'm happy with
True.
that because I feel like I might need more than a week to
Yeah,
figure
for
out.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can start
I-
working back on it again.
I don't
'Cause
even
I remember
remember
where we
what I
left
was-
off too.
I was playing some kind of bullshit.
You and
You
Paladin
were.
robots.
Oh yeah, you, me, and Surge, I think, have the feat that allows us to smack Sentinel,
You got
and
called
that we are
Surge
all
another
yeah, we are
campaign.
all just
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
And I think everyone also has
And
tanks.
Boomstick, or what is it
yeah.
I think-
yeah,
I think,
Blade
like,
Blade.
Thunder
Three
or
or
something.
four
We've
of
all
you.
got Thunder Strike or something.
Booming
I think
Blade.
me and
is
Booming
what it
Kirby
is.
don't
Blade,
have
yeah.
it, but the other guys
No,
do.
I don't.
Kirby's afraid of his own shadow and his time ghosts that are apparently hunting him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an issue.
And his name is
It's a
just a
TVA.
phrase.
But the time ghosts are real and actively hunting him. So they
Yeah.
And when you hurt them, they hurt me. So we're all fucked.
and Clay's
Can we
grandma
get-
keeps nagging him.
Right. I don't
my
want to help
grandma's
him.
like, go hang out with this guy, and it's like, I hate that guy, and she's like, do it, and it's like, oh. There's different levels of problems.
Yes.
I imagine your mom like Molly Weasley, but like without the super loving side.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a sweater.
That was one of the fun. I loved the idea of an Underdark city that's just like BattleBot centric culture.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boombox,
man,
that
we
is
have to have-
already.
In the Spelljammer thing, there's got to be battle bots, battle automatons.
Well, I was
Well,
considering for
Autognomes.
We kind of had
So there-
battle bots in
there's
this
a-
campaign. Or hinted at.
There are autognomes, yeah. You
Yeah.
can be a BattleBot.
Oh god, that'd be so much fun, like having an autognome like companion, but it's just a battle bot, like pet battles in WoW.
Pokemon.
Yes!
Yes, dude. That's what Chrome was, basically.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm hyped.
Peter.
I've always wanted to play a Star Wars campaign. I've not gotten to play that system a lot, so I don't know if that's something we'd ever
I would be okay going
Explore.
back to that.
We could do it. We'd have to go back to Roll20 and
Roll
like
20,
the garbage
yeah.
sheets. That's
I
the
played
only
it
thing. Is
once
D&D
and it was
Beyond
fun.
is so spoiling that like
Yeah.
That
I,
is
would,
true.
I wonder if Genesis has something for it.
no, they canceled the whole tabletop.
They got
thing. They're not-
discontinued.
Yeah, they like
Oh,
yeah, that
I had no
whole
idea.
genre is dead.
I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Fantasy
Fantasy-
Flight killed
Fantasy
it.
Flight games where games go to die.
Didn't I
Damn.
think
And with that,
I think
our
Roll20
sponsor for
got
campaign
some
3.
updates.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking at you, Fantasy Flight games. Fuck
I don't
you for
hate the
ruining my
idea, but
favorite game.
I hate the idea of reading like emailing PDFs to each other again to figure out what the classes are, screenshotting the PDF
Hard to
page.
build, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a PDF page printed out to its own PDF that I drew on down the talent tree
Yeah.
and knew like where I was, and it was just like
Yeah, D&D Beyond does make it nice.
it's just easy mode, and we've spent like all of the money on it, so we might as well use
True.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll figure out in our group chat here what we're doing, but
Star Wars, Star Wars. Ah.
Star Horse.
We just open up the
Well-
Gravediggers campaign, so we don't have to do
So-
it again.
No, hold on. I think we can make this work. We would only have to use Roll20 for the sheets. We could still use TaleSpire and Hero Forge to make our characters. I think we could still make this work.
you
Probably.
could, except I remember when maps got introduced to that system, it was kind of
It's not good for
worse.
Yeah,
It
we just,
was
in the Roll20?
incredibly worse.
yeah, it is supposed to be theater.
Is
of the
20
mind.
feet short range? That's the opposite of what this system is supposed to do.
Yeah.
I have a cool, if we want to try it. Hold on, let me find it.
What about those other? Wasn't there
There are other Star Wars systems.
there was a Cowboy Bebop
Yeah, we can
one too that I
end-
wanted to check out.
Thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can end
Yeah,
the stream
should
and
we?
chat.
All right.
No,
well,
Peace
I
out.
want to keep talking about bullshit.
well, too bad.
See you
'cause
next
we're out in
campaign,
3,
nerds.
2.
And Trendon.
One.
Bye, Trendon.
Bye, Trendon.
Wait.
Brendan.